Every year, it's a cat fight that people look forward to right here in York County in the York Area League, and tonight is no different. As the Bearcats of York High, 6-2 overall, 4-1 here in the YAIA Division I, head into Central to meet up with the other Cats over here, the Panthers, who are 9-0 and 8-0 right here in the division. I'm Gary Sutton. Alongside of me, Bill Chase tonight, and our broadcast tonight being brought to you by the Pennsylvania Housing Finance Agency. It is our High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week, and we're excited about this one tonight. We thought maybe both teams would come in here tonight undefeated in the division, but a funny thing happened on the way. York High got dumped by a game Southwestern team last week, but they come in here tonight with still a chance to do something that no one has done since 2018, Bill Chase. That's beat Central. Central has beaten every YAIA opponent since 2018, and they're looking to do that again here tonight. And York High, the last team to beat them in 2018. So a lot going on here tonight, Bill Chase.
Yeah, you can go all the way back to the Josh Oswald era where they finished undefeated that year. And then Coach Oswald went to Cumberland Valley. Janczek's now in his third year here, and he has not lost a league game in the time that he's been here. So teams, schools tend to get a little weary, and you start to despise the school that sits on top year after year after year. And we did this game last year. You can tell it is a rivalry, but to be a true rivalry, you got to beat the other team sometimes.
Exactly right, and that's what York High is trying to crawl over here tonight. Coach Russ Stoner and his team coming in here tonight, and they've really switched things around since the opening game of the season we did right here on High School Sports Live TV, where they lost badly to Harrisburg. Then they won a streak and won a whole lot of games, changed some personnel. Najee Still, wearing number 7, one of the reasons why. And if you've heard that name before, yeah, his brother Nasir Still was a quarterback over here at Central last year, but this kid gets it done, Bill.
Yeah, it was a tough job coming in. Coach Stoner's son was the quarterback last year and had been for a number of years at York High, and he kind of made things go. I remember they had a real nice running back last year too. That's moved on, I believe, to West Virginia. And so replacing a quarterback like the Stoner kid is often very difficult. But he's done a nice job. I mean, a 6-2 record is, and it looks like they're destined to be in the 6A playoffs once again this year.
And Coach Stoner has his team living and breathing York High football all the time. On the other side, you got a Central team coming in here tonight with a much ballyhooed guy, and he has earned every bit of that recognition. Jules Goff, the running back heading off to University of Pittsburgh next year. He has been Mr. Everything here for Central York High School.
Yeah, for 2 years now. We did the first game of the year last year when he was a junior. And I said then, when you have the name Jules Goff, you've got to be good. And you notice he'll wear number 0. Coaching staff knows somebody's going to be good if you're giving a guy number 0.
Lots of potential storylines tonight on this field. We're going to get ready to see it all right here. It's the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week. Gary Sutton, Bill Chase with you on Fox 43.2. Back after this.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Central York matchup. York High coming in at 6-2, 4-1 in the YAIA Division I. On the other side, Central 9-0, 6-0, and that O has been there for a long time, Bill Chase, over the last several years. A guy named Mr. Probula used to patrol these sidelines a little bit and on the field. He's now applying his trade at Penn State in case you build another planet. But now you've got a whole new group of people, and they're continuing to carry on the tradition of winning here at Central.
Yeah, you have to wonder when you lose quarterbacks like both the Pabula boys were big-time studs here. When you lose those, can you continue the tradition on? And Jerry Janczek has come in, and they haven't missed a beat. Looks like York High has deferred to the second half, and Central York will receive the opening kickoff.
So York High will be kicking off, Central York. And speaking of kickers tonight, one of the guys in this game for Central, Matthew Parker, only a junior, big-time kicker, a guy who might have a real effect in this game. Last time we had Central, they were playing Dallastown. He had 3 field goals in that game, and he has the ability to switch the fields on you with that punt anytime he gets his foot on the ball. So keep an eye on him tonight as well. For York High, on your left side of your screen, they're in white tonight with orange and blue and nice shiny helmets there on the blue helmets. On the other side, you've got Central wearing black tonight with white numbers trimmed in orange and the white helmets. And we are just about ready to get this one underway as York High is going to kick it off all the way down the 20-yard line where it's picked up there for Central. And upfield for a short gain. And Central will set up shop here, first down and 10. As the ball brought back there by Central's Cameron Deal.
So if you would go by recent scores in this game between York High and Central York, you're going to see a barn burner as far as scoring points.
Well, Central York has been putting a lot of points on the board since the opening game of the season, where they were thumped pretty well by Harrisburg High. But they certainly switched around, adapted, and have done some pretty good things. Quarterback here tonight, Brooklyn Nace, the sophomore. Handoff inside to Goff, and Goff met there by a host of York High Bearcats. Nowhere to go on first down.
Yeah, last year in this game, it was the last game of the season as well. Both teams were coming off of strong seasons, and Central York was without their starting quarterback last year, and they went almost exclusively Wildcat last year. That won't be the case tonight.
We saw them do that against Dallastown in the second half, and they ran it over and over and over again, so they're not afraid to go to it. But we'll see tonight what they have in store here for York High. Second down, ball spotted at the 30-yard line. Nace looking, Nace across the middle, had his man, but right through the hands. Intended receiver, Nasir Rupert, could not hang on to him.
Yeah, that was trips down to the Central York side down here, and they went a little quick slant to the man up top, the single receiver. It looked like York's playing man coverage initially here.
Looked like if Rupert would have caught that, he might have been all the way to 6.
Yeah,
there was no one behind him.
Right, there's no free safety there.
So let's bring up a third down and 9. Big momentum mover here early. York High wants to try to get off the field. Nace calls out the signals, trips near side again. Nace rolls near side. Nace throws to the sideline, and looks like he has his man right around the 42-yard line, which will be enough for the first down.
Yeah, that is. Yeah, that was well executed to the trip side, a rollout. The running back pinned the defensive end and allowed the quarterback to get to the outside. He made a really nice throw.
Brooklyn Nace is very careful with the football. I think he only has 1 interception for the whole season. We saw that against Dallastown. Nace doing a nice job here. Has his team out to the 42-yard line. First down as the chains move. Central has not lost a game to a YAI opponent since 2018. And again, great movement by York High up front. And the charge led there by Amari Davis.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if Central York can't get Goff going. Is Decker going to be able to carry the load here on the first third down situation where York High could have gotten off the field? They did not, but now they put him behind the sticks again at 2nd and 11.
It's almost like York High saying right now, pass the ball and beat us, but you're not going to run and beat us with this guy. And look at that. They got him hemmed in right there, and a nice job tackling. Throw in there number 9 as well. That's James Abney, and you had a really good play. Brooklyn Nace trying to get out of trouble, pitches forward, and dangerous pitch there as he had a man forward. So it'll be third down again and 11 yards to go here for Central. Central has not been quite as dominant this year. They had a 10-point victory over Dallastown, 23-13. Remember the 14-point win they had over Cumberland Valley, 14-0 a shutout. They beat Red Lion by undefeated. Trips far side again. Nace Straight back, looking. Nace up the middle. Nace is going to take run for it and gets brought down. Nowhere to go as he gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 4th down here for the Panthers.
Yeah, Bearcats answered the call there. Second chance they had to get off the field, took advantage of it. That's something I don't think we saw at all in last year's game. So they're one in the positive on getting off the field.
Now, we talked about this young man, Matthew Parker. He is a guy that's being courted by a lot of universities. You'll see why here in a moment. I mean, he's got a big foot. He does both the duties, kicking and punting, and here's that high punt. Very tough to return on him. He usually gets a very high punt, and it'll be down right around the 33-yard line, and that's where York High will set up shop for their first time tonight. York High, as we said, Najee Still is now the quarterback. They started the season with George Banks Jr., but they switched over to Najee Still later on, and he has really helped them to turn around their season after that drubbing by Harrisburg High in the opening game. A flag down on the play. Personal foul. And so the ball's going to be pick up the flag here, and we'll see what the spot of the infraction was, and we're going to take it back to. So all the way back it goes, and York High, instead of setting up at the 33-yard line, we'll go all the way back down to probably about the 18 or so. Oh, continuing on. If you're a player, you're saying stop running, ref. Just quit right there. So it's at the 15-yard line, and York High with not so good a field position right here. Still rolling left, looking. Has his man out in the flat, catches it, getting out near the first down yardage. And a nice job by Still as he rolled out, took his time, and nailed this guy right around the 25-yard line.
Yeah, nice play, very similar to what Central York did in getting their first down. Quick sprint to the left, and picked up quick 7 yards there.
You talk about a guy who can catch the ball, David Ward, College of Charleston, I think, commit. Nice catch out there. He's got a sticky pair of hands. Here's Najee Still. He's got Ward out there in the flat again. Now, this time he's going to run it himself and step out of bounds. And was it a late hit?
No. That's a flag in the NFL, but not in high school.
Yeah. Nice solid tackle. I mean, this was a little bit late, but so that's going to be a first down. It'll move the chains for York High, and right away they get moving up the field the way they want to. So York High with their first down of the game.
And you notice, Gary, he did have Ward again open in the flat there. Same route that he had run on the first play.
Ward was sitting down right there waiting for it. Ball at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 now for the Bearcats of York High. Handoff. Bouncing near side. Nice little pickup out over the 32-yard line.
Yeah, good close by the secondary on that as he tried to bounce it to the outside. One thing about Central York's, Gary, you had mentioned that Central York maybe not quite as strong offensively, but they do have 4 shutouts this year defensively.
They really do. Their defense has really tightened up this year, and they had given up some points the last few years. So 2nd down now and 6, ball at the 31-yard line for the Bearcats. Russ Stoner, the coach there. Boy, what a great job he does. And talk about care about kids. There's Ward. Ward, kind of the jet sweep, and a nice job laterally there by the Panthers to cut him down.
Yeah, they did a nice job stringing that out because Ward showed you his speed right there. If he gets to turn that corner, it's trouble.
Ward, one of those kind of players, you want to get the ball in his hands as much as possible. But nice job there by stringing the play out, as you said. And on the tackle there for Central was Cameron Deal. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 5 now. Ball at the 32-yard line. 7:33 to play here in the first quarter. You're watching the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week. Coming to you live tonight from Central York High School. Here comes Still. Still looking. Still has Ward again. And there's a penalty flag down there, and it well may be pass interference, but Ward hung on to it anyway. I tell you throw it his direction, he's going to catch it.
Yeah, that was a hard catch because he had a guy right on him, and it looked like he even swatted at the ball, but he held on to it. I think we're going to see a lot of Still to Ward tonight.
I'll tell you what, I like Still's patience. Man, he really looks things over. He doesn't throw it until he's ready.
Yeah, and for those listening tonight who possibly think this won't be a close football game, I think if you look at a couple scores comparatively, now York High was pretty much beat up pretty good last week in their game. But if you look at the Red Lion game, York High beat up Red Lion pretty good, and Central York struggled with them last week a little bit. So let's stay tuned and see how this turns out.
He's going to timeout in the field now, and Coach Janchik wants to know what happened there because there was a flag thrown down. They gave him the gain on the play, Ward with the catch. And then after that, the penalty on top of that, and I think Coach Janchik just simply wants to know what the call was. About to have impressed with David Ward. And I'm really impressed right now with Najee Still. He's put the ball right on the money.
Yeah.
So the ball down at the 43-yard line now of the Panthers, and the Bearcats are driving here early in the game. Here's your inside handoff, and pushed out of bounds there. Handoff to Jameer Green, the senior.
So they've tried 2 jet sweeps, one to their sideline, which was a wide side, didn't go very well, and they ran that one into the short side, and that one didn't go very well either. We'll see if they're going to continue hoping that their speed can outrun this Central York defense, which looks pretty quick also.
Second down and 8 yards to go. Ball at the 41-yard line of the Panthers. York High in their first series of the game here. They're still again rolling left, still looking. Just throws it out of bounds wisely. Well, York High, or at least the Panthers of Central, have shown so far tonight that laterally they're pretty darn good. They're not giving York High anything there.
Now we have a late flag here, Garrett. It's going to be a personal foul on somebody.
Let's see what the official has here for us. Here comes the official. Is that intentional grounding?
No. Some kind of unsportsmanlike.
Okay. So they're going to walk this one back against York High. And the ball will come back out.
They're going way back.
Way back this time. Down to the 44-yard line.
And those are the kind of mistakes York High feel cannot make tonight to be in this game.
Exactly right.
If you've noticed, York High's thrown 4 passes. They sprint out each time.
Brings up 3rd and 23 here now for the Bearcats.
That's
another flag.
Yeah, that should be a penalty. You cannot be moving towards the line of scrimmage before the ball snaps.
Call it delay of game there. So take it back 5 more yards. And what was looking like a promising drive here a moment ago is stopped right now. So it's 3rd right now, and you go any further back, you'll be out of the county. 3rd down and 28 now for the Bearcats. 6:31 to go here in the first quarter. Still puts a man in motion. Straight back, looking. And he had Ward behind the defender, but a tough pass there. He threw it a little bit flat. And another flag is down on the field, and I think they might have Kyle Groman for pass interference or holding. Kyle Groman back there. So we got a hanky fest here for the moment.
Yeah, I think if Still would have laid that ball up a little bit, had a better shot at Ward running underneath it. So this is again, this is one of the differences between what some of you may watch on Sunday. This would have been an automatic first down in the NFL. Here it's just marked off,
right,
but it will remain 3rd down.
So 10 yards. It's now 4th. They're saying 4th and 18 on the board, but actually should be 3rd and 18, I believe.
Yeah, the sticks have it right across the field. Right. 3rd down.
3rd down and 18 yards to go. Ball at the 49. Still right across the middle. You had Ward there for a moment, almost intercepted. See, he had Ward, had it just a little bit high and off Ward's hands. It was almost intercepted there by Micah Bowers, the linebacker, who got his hands on it for a moment. So York High, after a pretty good start there, stalled by some penalties, will kick it out of there.
And now they'll have a chance to pin Central down in their territory, make them go the length of the field if they're going to score.
Here's George Banks Jr. in there to do the punting. He was the quarterback who started the season here for the Bearcats. Banks, pretty good punt. Ball takes a central kick and rolls back up near the 25-yard line, about the 26, and that's where the Panthers will set up for their second offensive series of the evening. 6:11 to go here in the first quarter. Nothing in this cat battle. It's a traditional Michigan-Ohio State type game at the end of the season. These two always play the last game of the year, York High and Central. It's become quite a rivalry over the years, but as you said, Bill, in recent years, Central has dominated.
Yeah, but York's done what they had to in the beginning here. A lot of times when you're the underdog, if you can stay in the game early, don't get blitzed.
I'm impressed with both the defenses so far.
Oh, very quick.
Brooklyn Nace. Inside handoff to Goff, and Goff finds a little room to slash through and get out over the 30, maybe the 32-yard line. So a nice gain of 7 by Goff should bring up a second down and 3. First time he's had any sliver of daylight so far tonight.
Yeah, I mean, to this point, York High's defense looks very impressive in filling the gaps, running to the football.
Nace, handoff again to Goff. Goff pulled down right there again at the line of scrimmage. May have lost a couple yards of the play, the 30-yard line. So again, the surge by the front line there for the Bearcats is impressive so far. As you saw, Ja'Kai Joseph leading the charge that time, number 6.
Yeah, surge is the right word to use because they're coming across almost like it's a pass play every time, but apparently they are also keeping their eye on Jules Goff, though, because they're not just running by him.
Well, Amari Davis up front there as well is really doing a great job out of the linebacker spot, number 11. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4 now. An important 3rd down and 4 here for the Panthers to try to keep something going. For the Bearcats, they want to get off the field again, and this time he's going to call it, and they're going to get off the field later, not now. Drew him off sides with the count. York High just a little bit too anxious.
I tell you, it's tough on a defense when a team consistently goes on the same snap count, and then all of a sudden you change it that one time. And
for the Bearcats so far, the penalty flag has not been kind to them, both offensively and defensively now. So we'll bring up 1st down and 10 now for the Panthers. Ball at the 36-yard line. Fakes you got a man wide open downfield. And 60 yards down to the 5-yard line. A great call and an outstanding pass there to number 36, Caden Graham, the tight end. They found Graham wide open down there to Brooklyn Nace. Rumbles down to the 5-yard line.
And that's the danger of when you're playing man coverage. If one man breaks down, there's nobody in center field.
You're so focused up there on stopping Goff that you maybe for a moment lose track of where your tight end is or where some of your ends are. Ball all the way down to the 6-yard line. Here goes Goff. Goff bangs his way over the 5 down near the 4-yard line. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was their wildcat package there. Put some extra backs in the backfield. Wouldn't be surprised if they stay with that.
Big time play there for Nace. Number 36. Here comes Goff. Goff dancing toward the end zone. Goff is in for the touchdown at the 3:30 mark of the first quarter. Jules Goff cashes it in from 3 yards out for the first touchdown of the night.
Yeah, with York High stuffing the middle consistently early in the game here, Coach Janczek gives them a little bit more space when running it off to the right side tackle.
All set up there by the outstanding pass to Caden Graham, the tight end. There's Parker, big foot there. Parker is up. Parker is good. And at the end of 3:30 here, 3:30 mark of the first quarter, 7-0 right now. Central leads it. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2. Back after this.
you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
Goff with his opening touchdown of the night after a 58-yard pass play from Nace to Graham. And 5 plays, 75 yards, 2 minutes and 41 seconds. Penalties so far in the game. York has 4 for 40, Central 2 for 20. It's been a big difference so far here in the ball game. Central up 7-0, 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. Gary Sutton, Bill Chase coming to you live tonight on the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week right here on Fox 43.2.
And let's remember that long pass play was preceded by a 5-yard offside penalty from York High. It was 3rd and 5. They gave him that free first down.
There's Parker again. Look at the foot. I mean, that's big-time collegiate stuff right there. Matthew Parker says no one's returning it here tonight, at least so far. And York High will get the ball to start out here in their second series of the game.
Yeah, now in high school you kick off from the 40. Even if he was kicking off from the 35, that would have gone into the end zone.
And he's got a big foot.
In high school football, you cannot return a kickoff out of from the end zone.
So the Bearcats get it back now and want to have a chance to answer. They had a nice drive going last time, and penalties knocked them out.
Yeah, let's eliminate the penalties here, York, and see what we can do. We got to hold on to the ball for a little bit.
Najee still at quarterback. Hands off to Ward. Ward gets caught in his own backfield. Loss of 4 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 14. Nobody was fooled by that as they tried to get kind of a reverse.
Yeah, they had a little cross buck action, the old school cross buck action there, and tried to get Ward on the outside, but Central sniffed it out.
Andrew Gerber in on the tackle there, a sophomore. So it'll be 2nd down now and 14 yards to go. Ball at the 16-yard line for the Bearcats. Great penetration that last time by the front 4 of Central. Here's Still looking again. He's going to be brought down. Big time sack back there as he is brought down by number 23. That's Malachi Ramnath, a junior, 6'4", and man, did he have Still wrapped up.
Yeah, he was not gentle putting him to the ground, and that's when the ball came out. Luckily, York High was alert to that and recovered the ball, but that's the good news. The bad news is now they have 3rd down and a long way to go.
3rd down and 24 now as the Bearcats going the wrong way in this one. Central up 7-0 here with 2:12 to go in the first quarter. Clock ticking. 10 left on the play clock. Still got to be careful down in this particular area. Your own 6-yard line. And the play clock runs down, and now you're going to go half the distance to the goal line. So the news just kind of keeps getting worse here for the Bearcats on this series.
Yeah, I can see where Central has been tough defensively. They've impressed me with their overall team speed on defense, although there have been some teams that have scored against them in recent weeks.
Ball now goes to the 3-yard line where it's going to be 3rd down and 27 yards to go for York High.
Got to be really careful here.
Got them all spread out here. Still looks, quick pass, and his man drops it out in the flat. He's trying to go a little bit too early.
Yeah, he probably just didn't look it in because I think the pass was there, and he would have had one-on-one with the corner for a little while and would have got them a little more room at least. But now the punter is not going to have the full 15 that they usually want on a punt.
You got Ja'Kai Joseph out there, and Joseph tried to go too early. It happens. So now Banks is in there, and he's got to watch the back of his foot on the end zone.
I did notice on Banks' first kick, he catches in one step and it's gone. So this shouldn't be an issue.
Needs to get a good one right here, and a little wobbly, but he gets it out of there.
Yeah, they need a good roll. Good job.
Oh, he just reversed the field pretty much all the way to the 50-yard line, and that is where Central will get the football with a short field, and yet a nice job by Banks to get him out of some trouble there.
Yeah, I had talked about this a couple broadcasts back when Wilson was playing Hempfield. I really feel like punt returners line up too deep in high school. They need to move up 7, maybe even 10 yards and catch that ball because they lost 10, 15 yards there in field position.
Well, you look at that Penn State game last week and the one kick out of the end zone that reversed the field, and the guy was back way too much and rolled all the way down like a 73-yard punt.
Yeah, your job is to catch the ball, and if you don't want to do it, you got to find somebody who will.
Brooklyn Nace, inside handoff to Goff. Goff is just bottled up there, 2 yards short of the line of scrimmage. There'll be a loss of the play. Again, you got to hand it to York High's front four right now. They are jamming Goff and just daring Central to throw it, and when Central has done it, they've been effective. Yeah,
in my mind coming into this game, I guess I was mesmerized by what they were able to do on the ground last year. York High has been vicious up front.
They really have. I've been really impressed with what they've been able to do so far.
I mean, Jules Goff is the real deal. He has been for 2 years, and if they continue to bottle him up, a lot of the responsibility is going to come on Nace tonight.
By the way, Banks with a 46-yard punt there to get York High out of trouble. He's had 2 nice punts in the ball game tonight. Man in motion now, near side. Back goes Nace. Nace has his man and just incomplete. He was looked like Nasir Rupert.
Yeah, York looked like got a little delayed blitz with one of the inside linebackers, and Nace saw it coming. I like Nace. I've seen him play a couple of games, and I think as a 10th grader, he shows a lot of ability. And I think over the next 2 years, he'll just become more and more football savvy also.
Also an outstanding basketball player. Played a lot of times as a freshman this past year for an outstanding York County champion Central York Panther basketball team.
That does help when you've played a varsity sport already and you step in. Now it's not quite as big a deal as if you're just playing your first varsity game in some sport.
So the 3rd down now and 11 yards to go for the Panthers. One man in motion. Nace trying to get out of trouble. Nace dancing, trying to get away. Nace throws it downfield, actually going to throw it out of bounds, and that'll bring up 4th down now and 11 for the Panthers, and the punting team will come on.
I think we see York High's strategy right now. They're going to bottle up Jules Goff as much as they can, and when it comes time to pressure Nace, they're going to get him off his mark and go.
Now again, here's where Parker steps in. Parker, a guy who can pin you back from a long way away. So we'll see what he has in store right here with 15 or 16.6 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Central with a 7-0 lead. Parker with a high kick. There's a guy deep again. The ball rolling down in favor of Central. Just what you said a moment ago here, Bill, that you kind of want to be up there and meet that, save yourself some yards. The ball's going to roll out of bounds. 5.2 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, years ago when I first started coaching, a lot of times high school football teams put 2 guys back to receive punts.
Remember those days.
Now it's everything's single receiver. And again, I believe that was David Ward back to receive the punt there, so he clearly is skilled enough to do the job.
38-yard punt from Parker that time, not maybe his best. So 5.2 seconds to go here in the first quarter. York High has the football. Been impressed with the defense so far for York High. It's been tough.
Yes, it has. One big play.
Najee still. This is looking at a wildcat this time, and Central's having none of it as they're going to end the first quarter here, just jamming up that middle, and we'll head to a break. At the end of 1, Central York leads York High. This is the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week right here on Fox 43.2. Back after this.
That's everything. Receipts in the bag.
Awesome. Say, how do you, budget?
Well, I have a spreadsheet that I update annually.
Okay.
And I round up on income and round down on expenses.
Well, that sounds backwards, right?
No, I'm pretty sure that's right. Income up, debt down. Looks good on paper.
Huh.
Keep your budget in shape with our personal finance tool. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
Lock it up at Hoffman Ford. Only Hoffman Ford offers 2 years maintenance included with any new 2023 Ford car, truck, or SUV order. Plus, lock in Ford's lowest APR rate today. Get 2 years maintenance included exclusively at Hoffman Ford. Why would you order from anywhere else? Who has your best deal on a new Ford?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
Parents, go to advancedhoops.com to sign up for Central Dauphin area community programs featuring novice skill builders, 2nd and 3rd grade rec boys and girls, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. They are all ready to help your kid be a better basketball player. AdvancedHoops.com. Check it out today for all the various programs they have. As Central with an interception here on the pass and into the end zone with the interception for the Panthers, Tyler Fry.
That was just the bubble screen that a lot of teams run. Central had it scouted so well that the receiver had no chance. This is a defensive back's dream. I mean, I played defensive back in high school and college, and
take a look at it again.
And these are things that you just think about doing, but you never really do it. Well,
Tyler Fry was playing that the whole way. He saw it and took it to the house. Now Parker in for the extra point attempt. Holder will be Ethan Carlos. Kick is up. And the kick is good. And just like that, Central leads 14-0 on the opening play of the second quarter. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
And we got Andrew Callista with us up here right now from Fox 43. He's got a busy night, but so far, Andrew, Central York with some big plays here in the football game.
14-0, and if you're a York Bearcat fan, it's kind of unfortunate because it's those 2 big plays, and you've backed yourself up offensively to allow at least that last one to get put into the end zone.
Yeah, York High's defense has been tough so far, but you got to put some offense up there as well, and the Bearcats just not able to do that against a very quick-moving Central team along the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, defense is playing really well outside of that one big pass down the middle on the seam route. Central York's been kind of quiet.
I know football frenzy is going on tonight. Where are you heading tonight?
Supposed to be going, if we'll see how the rest of the highlights play out, but supposed to be going over to what we expect to be a good one, Southwestern Spring Grove, to catch the second half of that game. So that's pretty much it. We got guys scattered throughout the area. Lindsey Barna has a barn burner up in Perry County, undefeated Steel High in West Perry, going at a good quarterback battle there with Alex Irby and Marcus the Spark Quaker.
Yeah, Alex Irby having a outstanding season for Steel High, defending state champions. And of course, we're getting ready for playoff time now. So everybody's getting ready for that second season and maybe even the third season then after you get by districts, right?
Absolutely. We got Ryan Yee. He's over at Manheim Township and Manheim Central. Both of those schools looking to claim section champions in the LL. And, you know, Cocalico's looking good for another run out of Section 4 in the LL as well.
And of course, you talk about the LL. You talk about Manheim Township, who's been nothing short of unbeatable so far this season. They're really doing well.
Oh, man, they are a good football team. A lot of people here in this stadium are hoping to see a Manheim Township versus Central York District 3 final here in about 3 weeks.
Of course, Harrisburg High playing tonight in a big game with Central Dauphin, and they're going to have something to say about that as well. They got beat by Manheim Township early in the season, but that was a 10 o'clock in the morning game, and I think Harrisburg's saying, hey, we'd like another shot at them like we had last year after they lost and came back and won and got to the state championship.
Yeah, they're trying to basically run the same script back with so far how their season has played out. Don't think Harrisburg's as talented as they were with that run game that you had last year with Thunder and Lightning. But, you know, Coach Calvin Everett, he does a good job, and Sean Lee's a good quarterback. Put him in the postseason, see if he can make some plays, and I'm sure he is.
Evans in that passing game over Manheim Township was superb. As again, we're seeing York High with that great defense up front here against Central.
Yeah, and you mentioned that passing game over at Manheim Township. Landon Cannell out there at wide receiver is great talent. Catches the ball no matter where you throw it. So Coach Evans, one of my favorite guys to talk to. Looking forward to catching up to him in the playoffs.
Ball at the 20-yard line right now for the Bearcats, trying to get something started here. And Central's defense has been up to the task so far. We talked about the Bearcat defense. How about Central this year? Their defense has really improved this season.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been like forever. I can't even remember the last time they lost a game within the York Adams League.
2018.
Yeah, I mean, it's going back, and I should have known that because that was the game Cade Prabula got knocked out over at the Bearcats then, and York High kind of put it on to him, and yeah, it's been a while, but since then it's been all Central York in the York Adams, and but again, they're down 14 points here. If they can get their offense in gear, their defense is playing pretty well.
Oh, they really are. And again, this is kind of like the Ohio State-Michigan game at the end of the season. Every year these two hook up, and always fun to watch this game. Although Central's obviously had the best of it the last few years.
Absolutely. I haven't seen Coach Janchik or Coach Stoner, though, imploring anybody to steal signs on the opposite sidelines, though, throughout the regular season.
You're going to get pass interference right there as Still throwing a great pass downfield. Now, obviously in the pros, you get it right at the spot of the foul, but in high school, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and you get a chance to get a first down here for York High and get out of some trouble.
Yeah, and we look at that. I think is it 3rd and 15 right there? First and 15, because if in high school, if it's not, you only get the 15 yards,
right.
So you would have to. So as long as it's within that 15 yards, it's not the automatic first down like at so many levels.
Well, we'll see where they march it off to and how close he is to getting that first down right now. By the way, Still completed his first 2 passes, then went 0 for his last 4, and so he's had a tough time finding the receiver. He's been looking for Ward a lot tonight, and a change move here, so a first down for York High. Ball all the way out to the 30-yard line, and Still looking again. I've been really impressed with his patience tonight. Not quite on the same page with his receiver that time, who was Ja'Kai Joseph. It'll be 2nd down and 10 now. Well, always good having you up aboard here tonight, Andrew, and appreciate you stopping by here. I know you got a busy night, but I hope people tune into Fox Sports tonight, and obviously Fox Frenzy. I mean, the football frenzy is everybody watching.
Yeah,
right?
we're going on a little bit later. I like just here in the community when you're out and about. It's like, we love the show that you guys put on at 11 o'clock. Well, it's not going to be 11 o'clock tonight because news is starting at 11 with the World Series going on. So
something extra going on.
Yeah,
Fox
hopefully some Philly fans still tune in. Red October is only when they look in the mirror and realize their team had a 2-0 LCS lead and they're not in the World Series. So
I'm a Baltimore fan, and Texas beat Baltimore, so they had a great season. But kind of like to see Texas win this one, so we'll see. But Fox, the place to come for sports all the time and checking out you guys all the time. You do such a wonderful job. We appreciate the partnership, and great having you up here on the deck tonight.
Thanks, Gary. Our motto is try not to screw it up, so that's our motto every single week.
I think you go a little higher than that. Hey, Andrew, thanks so much, man.
Thank you, Gary.
Always good seeing you. Safe trip around tonight as you check out the regional football, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Take care. Andrew Callista with us up here on the deck tonight from Fox Sports, and just does a fantastic job, along with Todd Sadowski and the whole crew there. So it'll bring a 3rd down now and 3, and back with Bill Chase. We had on witness protection there for a couple of moments, and Bill, ball out of the 37-yard line here, Still rolling right, looking. Can't hook up with his man on the far sideline. The intended target again was Ja'Kai Joseph. Yeah,
they're really struggling offensively. I mean, they ran a nice little timing route to play before on 2nd down. I'd like them to be able. I'd like Still to be able. Still be able to catch the ball, set, release. Just a lot of quicker timing routes because he's not going to have time for a whole lot of other things. And I'll promise you this, they won't run the bubble screen again tonight.
No, they will not. Here's George Banks Jr. and again, who's had 2 good punts tonight. The last one, a 46-yarder to get him out of trouble from his own end zone. This time he has a little bit more room. As he'll kick it from back about the 28-yard line. 1 step, and I'll tell you what, he's got some good foot. He's put a lot of air under it tonight so far, but you're going to get a chance for a run back here. Ball taken at the 33-yard line for Central. And pushed out of bounds around the 45-yard line for the Panthers. Carter Vaughn, a speedster. Gets a pretty good field position here. So Central with another possession coming up here. And you almost have to say at 9:44 of the 2nd quarter here, this is a big possession for both teams, isn't it?
It is a big possession because right now I'm having a tough time figuring out what Coach Stoner is going to be able to do to move the ball consistently. They maybe will be able to break a big play here, but they're not going to drive 80 yards in 7 plays or put any sustained drive together the way I'm reading the game right now.
Well, the Bearcats so far have stuffed Goss pretty well at the line,
yeah,
which has left them open for some nice pass plays when they want to use it.
The one positive is that maybe they can. Now here we go, Wildcat.
There's a Wildcat, and they will go to this right away when they sense that things aren't going too well, and they get Goff some room. He just reads.
Yeah. So on the other side, what's Coach Janchik thinking? Well, we can't get Jules Goff untracked out of our regular base offensive formations. Let's put them in the Wildcat. Let's run them off tackle a little bit. That's what they scored the touchdown on.
And it's just like, here it is, stop it.
So here I'm going to guess they're probably going to run to the right now, just off tackle.
And it's Goff again. 2 men in front blocking.
Okay, a little counteraction.
Here he goes. Look at him. You see him read, and then he dances, and then he goes. And take a look at Goff this time. He's a tough runner, and Goff slashes down inside the 30-yard line. So Jules Goff, and I don't know if we get a replay on that, but watch how he reads. Has just a momentary stop there, and then decides where he's going to go. Just great eyes.
Well, I want to see if they pull linemen on that, and if it's a design counter play. I'll have to watch for it next time, because he takes a little stutter one way and then comes, you're right, comes back the other.
Down to the 27-yard line here again, staying with the same thing. Goff reads,
here's that off tackle.
Off the right side, off tackle, a nice tackle from behind for York High. And in on that tackle, and played an outstanding game here so far tonight, is Ja'Kai Joseph.
Yeah, that was a really nice tackle, heads up.
But I have 3 on the play. Will bring up 2nd down and 7. Ball at the 24-yard line.
I think this is going to be the strategy going into this end zone the rest of the way. If he can continue to pick up 3, 4, and then maybe 8, 10 yards, you're in the end zone in 4 or 5 plays.
Just old-time football here from Jerry Janczek, and a flag down on the play. Waiting to see what this call is. And we saw him do this in the second half last year against York High when they played over at Smalls Athletic Field. And tonight he's doing it yet again and saying, here's my guy. Here's the power football we like.
Yeah, I think Goff had close to 35, 40 carries in last year's game.
So here comes the official with the call. He's going to come over and let Coach Janczek know what went on after telling Coach Stoner.
I think it's a sideline warning.
Yeah. Coach Janczek shakes his head yes. So now they're saying, okay, the official is doing his work here. Let's wait. We're going to get set here properly. So again, they have Goff back in the Wildcat.
So let's see if they run that little counter action with him again.
Always the 2 blockers in front, and they just drew him offside again. So another 5 yards against York High, I believe, unless he was drawn offside. Offsides against York High. March it forward 5 yards. Now it's 1st down, as was 2nd and 2 there. Well, we'll double check that. Ball now at the 19-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 2. There's Goff, read, dive over the left side. He's got a 1st down again, and central movement is there all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, they're not going to attack inside the tackles anymore. I think Coach Janczek's made the decision. They're not going to bang heads with York High there. They're going to pin everybody inside that they can, and they're going to let it go off tackle now.
You got those 2 blockers in front of him every time. And who are the 2 blockers looking forward there, Bill?
Well, one's probably kicking out the defensive end, and the other one's probably leading up through the hole.
Let's keep our eye on those 2 blockers this time. 1st and 10, ball at the 13-yard line. There's Goff again. Good lead out of there. Goff stood up down around the 5-yard line. On the tackle, Wanique Scott, number 5.
And it's tough. You know who's getting the football. You know who's going to run the football. But when sometimes you're just going power football and wearing the other team down, it's not
exactly what Coach Janczek's doing right here. Just saying, here's what we got. We're coming right at you.
Yes.
And our offensive line is going to be your defensive line, and we're giving our guy a little bit of room to look things over before he gets in there. So it brings up 2nd down now. Here he goes again, fighting for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown, 5-yard run by Jules Goff, his 2nd of the night. And nothing fancy about that.
No, and that can really take the starch out of you if you're on the other team. Sometimes when teams score, you have a long score or a long play, you can chalk that up. Okay, we had a breakdown here or there. But when people are just punching you in the mouth, it can become demoralizing.
So Parker in there for the extra point. 20-0, 6:58 to go to halftime. However, Jack Giambalvo halftime report coming up. Carlos, the holder. Snap down, kick up. Kick is good. 21-0, 6:58 to go in the first half. You're watching High School Sports Live TV.
Breaker box is toast. Recommend the whole rewiring.
Well, that sounds expensive. Is that something a home equity loan could help with?
No clue, but listen, if you're trying to make money fast, head down to the horse track and let it all ride on old Cloud Stomper. Jockey's my cousin. Well, second.
That works for you?
It will work. It will.
Let me think about that.
Borrow better with our range of fast and easy loans. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
Travis Sparks, our statistician tonight. 6 plays, 52 yards, 2 minutes and 53 seconds, and Central cashes it in again, Bill Chase, and the juggernaut is moving once again in this game that we've seen so many times the last few years.
Yeah, and this is a package we knew that Central York had in their repertoire. Unlike last year, because it was a close game, it was a back and forth game last year. I'm not anticipating Central York will continue to do this the whole game like last year. You don't want Jules Goff carrying the ball 30 times this time of year.
So here's a kickoff.
You've got playoff implications coming up where you want to keep your team healthy. So I think they'll go back to more of a standardized offense, their base offense, a good part of the second half at least. And once in a while throw the one. But I think if they get inside that 40, 30-yard scoring range, you'll probably see the Wildcat again.
How many guys in high school kick it out of the end zone on a regular basis? You have no return again from Matthew Parker.
Yeah, not many, and it's easy power that he has also.
Very flexible. Here you see the Central Band here tonight. Very good band. They have a wonderful music program here at Central. And they're again bottled up. Maybe a gain of 1 or possibly 2 here on the inside handoff.
And this is a lot to put on your quarterback when you can't run the ball really at all. Continually putting yourself in 2nd and 9, 3rd and 7 is not a good situation to be in.
Shavane Anderson with a carry there. Only a sophomore. Has had a good season so far. 2nd down and 8 now for the Bearcats. Ball at the 22-yard line. Still at the quarterback. Handoff again to Anderson. Anderson moving forward well and getting a little help from his friends. It gets out near the 28, maybe the 29-yard line.
Okay, puts them in a very manageable situation, which they haven't had.
I like the fact that York High is going right now to that running game a bit.
Yeah, they're changing the pace a little bit.
Still, one more time. Gives it to Anderson. Anderson trying to get outside. You're going to get a flag down the backfield, usually in a hold situation. Anderson gets the first down, but let's wait and see if it stands.
Yeah, that's almost always a holding in that vicinity, and that'll be a real shame for York High there.
Backbreaker there because Anderson did a nice job of getting around the corner and getting that first down.
Yeah, that was a first down they badly needed. If this is holding against York, then now you're going to be in a 3rd and 12 situation.
Officials talking it over here. They're saying personal foul is what he's shown preliminary.
Yeah.
It was back right around the quarterback. That was kind of interesting in where the flag was thrown. Holding, and it's against York High. So there it is.
And
personal foul also against York High.
So they'll take the personal foul penalty, which is 15 yards.
And again, the penalties against York High tonight have been killers. I mean, they just really have been. So the official is going to walk it all the way back down here. And you feel for the Bearcats right now. Down to the 10-yard line. If you're a Bearcat fan, I guess the Panther fans probably don't feel as much about it as the Bearcat fans, but so 5:46 to go in the first half, and the Bearcats find themselves in unenviable field position again. Just when they were getting the running game going there, thought they had a first down, and a hold negates that. Beautiful night here for football tonight, right around 78 degrees at game time. Bring up 3rd down and 19 now, ball on the 11-yard line. Anderson gets it again, and Anderson's going to be stopped right there. Maybe a gain of 1 on the play, and they'll bring up 4th down, and Mr. Banks is going to be called upon again to come in and kick the Bearcats out of trouble.
Yeah, that was an interesting situation on that penalty because he had gotten the 1st down, so they had to take the holding penalty.
So Banks is going to come back in here, we think. Coach Stoner has a group over there on the side that he's talking to right now. And we get, I believe, a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well and come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
More choices. More laughter. More time to play. And less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal. To go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Folks, I was telling you about Advanced Hoops, and parents, you can go to advancedhoops.com to sign up for Central Dauphin Area Community Programs. Now, they feature novice skill builders, middle school boys and girls. If you get cut from your team this year, they have a middle school league you can actually play in. Advanced Hoops is filling the gap for Central Dauphin families. Kids have fun and get quality instruction. Go to advancedhoops.com for all the class and options for winter signups. December 9th comes quickly, and registration is now open. Advancedhoops.com. Check it out today. So 3rd down and 17 now for the Bearcats.
Yeah, I'm not sure why
Still
it's
with another
3rd
handoff.
down.
No, he fakes it and then tries to throw it out to the flat, and it's incomplete.
I'm not sure why it was 3rd down there, because it was prior to the penalty, it was 3rd down. They took the penalty, so it stayed 3rd down. So they really got 2 plays there when I don't think they should have.
Coming up at halftime here, the Jackson Balvo halftime report. And Bill will also have a look at some of the playoff implications that are going to happen around the area here in District 3, York, Harrisburg, Lancaster. A lot of things starting to come into view here. Here's Banks again. Banks, this one not quite as good, and it's a very quick take there out at the 45-yard line, but a good tackle for York High. Getting in on that play was number 10, Robert Salazar, with a good tackle right there to hold them right out there about the 35-yard line.
And Carter Vaughn's done a nice job in fielding both the last 2 punts and not allowing the ball to hit and bounce. Now we're in dangerous territory for York High. Your back's close to your own goal line again at the 35-yard line.
Central going back to their traditional offense here as Brooklyn Nace comes back in now, and Goff will set up behind him. We think. He's the sidecar, but you never know. So Nace straight back. Nace looks. Nace is going to be flushed out of the pocket, and he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage, back near the 39-yard line. So again, the York High defense is standing strong a lot tonight.
Yeah, Coach Janchek was going for the home run right there with a go route down the left sideline. Nace didn't like what he saw, tried to get out of the pocket and couldn't.
So to bring up 2nd down now and 14, ball back at the 39-yard line. Brooklyn Nace, a 6'2" sophomore, 165 pounds. Outstanding young man. Had a chance to know him a little bit last year, and this kid can play quarterback and also play a pretty good basketball game, as we said. There's a pass near sideline, taken there.
That's one of Central York's favorite routes, a sprint to one sideline or the other. The outside receiver does about an 8 to 9, 10-yard out, and the number 2 receiver runs a corner route behind them. They love to throw that corner route, especially when Pavula was here.
And a nice safe little pass out of Ethan Carlos on the near sideline to bring up a 3rd down and 1 now for the Panthers. as Coach Janchik calls timeout. We'll take one as well. 3:50 to go in the first half. 21-0. Central leads it on High School Sports Live TV.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 Official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Giambalvo #1. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
3rd down and 1. The ball on the 26-yard line for the Panthers of Central. They lead it 21-0 and threatening to break this game wide open right here.
And they are back in Wildcat, I believe.
Yep. And why not? It's worked really well. Jules Goff standing back there again. Been positive yardage every time so far. And Goff right through the hole. All the way down near the 15-yard line for Jules Goff. Getting a little help and a push from behind. Looks like it stopped right around the 15-yard line, but enough for a first down with 3:38 to go here in the first half. Our Jack Giambalvo halftime report coming up at halftime. We'll have the Capital Blue Cross and AT&T first half stats and the Capital Region first half highlights as well.
I mean, it's a tough chore. They seal everybody down inside, and then you've got number 10, Dominic Grove, running at you at 230 pounds.
There's Goff straight through the middle, and Goff is going to dive for the end zone. Not going to get there, just inside the 5-yard line. Goff with some hard running here. You watch those 2 blockers in front. I'll tell you what, they are really clearing the space for him.
Yeah, like I said, you have Grove at 6 foot 230, and the defensive end just cannot seal down the inside.
So it's first down and goal from the 4, and again staying right in that Wildcat. It's their go-to whenever they need it, and why not when you have Goff on great tackle right at the line of scrimmage by York High as they bottle up Jules Goff that time. And the first time they've held him to negative yardage out of the Wildcat, as in on the tackle there. Look like number 9 for the Bearcats. And that's James Abney, who's been tough tonight so far.
Yeah, really nice play. I mean, that's the one way that you can slow things. You stop him before he gets going.
Get him before those legs start to move, right?
So the other thing Central does, they go unbalanced a lot of times. They're not here.
There's again Goff right side. Goff dives toward the goal line. Looks like he's coming up a little bit short. Down around the 1. Let's wait and see when they unload the pile here. It's going to bring up 3rd down now. Ball on the 2-yard line. 3rd down and goal.
And you're probably going to see a very similar play here where you're going to get a kick out of the defensive end, and then the second back is going to lead up through the hole with Goff right behind.
Just amazing how simple this is, and yet at the same time blocking is so important, Bill.
Yeah, the unbalanced is to the right, so my guess is they'll run that way. No, they're going to go against it.
Look at that. Goff says that I've got plenty of room to maybe get into the end zone. No, he does
nice
not.
Play.
He is cut down. York High make it a stand right here, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Now, do you take the 3 from Parker? I mean, Parker is almost a sure 3 points here. And it looks to me like they're going to go for it here on 4th down and goal for the 2. So York High making a stand, Bill Chase.
Yeah, and I think that, I don't know if Goff purposely bounced that to the outside or that play was designed to go that way. Now, the last few times I've noticed they've run to Grove's sides, so they should run left. So here he goes.
Here he comes. Goff.
Whoa.
He get brought down again before he gets to the end zone.
No, they give him the score.
They give him the score as he dives in from 2 yards out. So the 3rd touchdown here of the first half for Jules Goff, this time from 2 yards out with 1:05 to go in the 2nd quarter. And Jules Goff doing the yeoman duty here tonight so far, putting on that blue hat, the hard hat, and doing it this way.
Yeah, it was a really nice job by York High to stick him 3-4 times in a row. but still get in the end zone, and now you're really up against it.
Here's Parker, snap down, and this one gets either blocked. Looks like it might have gotten blocked at the line. The extra point is no good, and so Central leads at 27-0. 1:05 to go here in the first half. Quick break. We'll be right back on High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Eight plays, 65 yards, 4:01 on the possession time, and Jules Goff cashing it in with a 2-yard run, his third touchdown of the night. A 3-yard run, a 5-yard run, and now a 2-yard run, and Central up 27-0 with 1:05 to go here in the first half.
This puts Coach Stoner in a difficult situation. Let's assume this ball is going to get kicked through the end zone. Evidence seems to indicate it will.
Another bomb.
So you're going to start on the 20-yard line. You have 2 timeouts left. Do you want to just get out of this half, or do you want to try to score? You do have game breakers in your lineup, but you run the risk, too, of giving Central the ball back with a short amount of time. So each team has 2 timeouts. Let's see what the strategy is here.
Central serving notice tonight that, we've had some close games this year, but right now this isn't one of them.
Defensively, they've been really, really good. I'm not quite sure they have the balance right now offensively that Coach Jonchek would like to see.
They haven't thrown the ball very much tonight so far. So here are the Bearcats. Still. Hands off to Anderson. Anderson bounces to the outside, trying to get loose. Dives across the 20. May have gotten a half yard. Looks like second down and probably 9.
So I think that answers the question what they probably are going to do here. They're not taking a timeout. They're not rushing to get the play off.
So still, it'll be second down now and 9 yards to go.
They can let this run down, and they should.
Ball at the 21. Again, Anderson. Anderson just slipped that time.
Now, if they wanted, York Central can call timeout.
Tyler Fry in on that play. He's the guy that had the pick 6 early in the game tonight. He's active. So 23.6 seconds to go. Timeout called. We'll keep it right here. And again, we want to remind you about Advanced Hoops, ladies and gentlemen. Parents, go to advancedhoops.com to sign up for Central Dauphin area community programs. They feature novice skill builders, 2nd and 3rd grade, rec boys and girls, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and even a middle school boys and girls winter basketball league. Charlie Fortney and all the great people over there are ready to help your child learn better basketball right now. And by the way, if your child doesn't make, let's say, the middle school team at your high school, whatever, Charlie wants you to know that the middle school league is available for boys and girls. A lot of fun during winter basketball, and you get taught the right way. Advanced Hoops is filling the gap for Central Dauphin families, providing affordable winter basketball training and quality instructors developing the youth. Kids have fun and get quality instruction all the time. AdvancedHoops.com will show you all the classes and options for winter signups. Just check it out today at AdvancedHoops.com. December 9th is registration time, and it comes quickly. So get in there now. AdvancedHoops.com. Registration is now open. 3rd down and 11 here for the Bearcats. Still with a handoff again. I think it was to Ward, and brought down again in their own backfield. And Central just so quick along that defensive line right now as the clock ticking down here to 11.4 seconds and a timeout called here, I believe, by the Panthers. So Jerry Jonchek says, well, we maybe like to have one more chance at a score with a possession here with 11.4 seconds to go, and you're going to kick it out of your deep territory.
Yeah, he let about 5-6 seconds run off, and he did it on, I was watching him, he did it on purpose. My guess is he is going to have his guy fair catch, and then they're going to get a free kick for a field goal. That's that would be my strategy right now if I had Matthew Parker.
Well, and he's got a pretty good weapon there in Parker. And so let's see what, again, Banks has been doing a good job of getting the ball out of there.
So they're putting 2 guys deep, and they're going to fair catch. No question in my mind about this right now. And if you can make the fair catch, the rule is that you will get a free kick for a field goal.
Well, Banks,
which I haven't seen.
Banks with another
There's
good
the
kick
fair
out
catch.
of there. And there's a fair catch.
So let's see what they do here.
43-yard line. You're just going to throw a bomb to the end, or you're going to try to let Parker show off his great foot? Well, let's see if we see number 6 come out there, and yes, we do. Matthew Parker comes out for a moment. Looks like a little confusion here on the central side.
So those on the broadcast here who are watching, this is something that, I mean, I've been around football for a long time, and I don't recall ever seeing this situation take place, but it's been a rule that's been in forever, and I wish I could explain it to you better, but I can't.
Now explain what is going to happen here.
He's going to get a kick from where, and I'm not sure if they have to snap the ball from there or he can kick from there. I guess they have to. I don't think they. My understanding is they can't rush the kick.
Okay. Well, Parker is standing up there right now at the line of scrimmage. And they're lined up like you kick off.
Like I said, since I've never seen it, I apologize. I can't explain the rule to you. I just knew that was going to be the plan, though.
Yeah. He's got the tee still in his hand. I don't know that the official have ever seen this either, so they're kind of talking it over, make sure they get it right.
Yeah, I know that York High doesn't have the opportunity to rush or block it.
Okay, now here goes York High. We'll walk back. Now the ball is at the 44-yard line, which means this is a 54-yard attempt.
Now, I thought he had to have a holder, but I guess not.
You can put it on a tee here, I guess. And there it is. It's going to lay it down on the tee here.
So, folks, you're seeing something that is rarely done, and you'll probably never see it again, so record this.
And then, of course, once you kick it, the ball becomes live if it comes up short or something like that, and you can see both teams lined up here ready to play. But this is unusual. So here's Matthew Parker. Well, he's already shown you the foot from the 40 out of the end zone, so not inconceivable here from 54 yards.
So this is for 3 points.
Yep. Matthew Parker for a field goal from 54 yards out. And you know Central has practiced this play before. You can see Jerry Janczek coming out. He was explaining it to the officials. So now Jerry Janczek is going to come out with a timeout. And he's going to make sure everybody is on the same page here.
I'm not sure who called timeout because Central didn't have any more timeouts.
No. So now, Coach Stoner's over there explaining to his kids what he wants.
Yeah, he's probably explaining to his guys what's going to happen.
So if you get it, guys, you can run this back. They're probably explaining some of the options there that he has for them. On the other side, there's Coach Janczek.
So
very animated there.
Both teams are aligning as if it were just a regular kickoff.
Right.
But if he can kick it through the uprights, they're going to get 3 points.
Okay. That's exactly what it looks like. It just, it's a regular kickoff, but you knock it through the uprights. Haven't we all thought that, though? We've watched on TV, and you watch Tucker for the Ravens or something, you kick it, do they try to kick it through the goalpost on a kickoff just for the heck of it?
That's
here, it means something. So 54 yards out.
So he is 5'10". He's 16 yards closer than he would be on a regular kickoff.
Right.
And he can kick it to the end zone. So this is going to be close.
And we got the whistle blowing again. And just another timeout here, I think, from York High, just to try to ice him, I guess. Or officials timeout. No one's quite sure because no one's seen this very often. So Parker, for some reason, took it off the tee, threw it on the ground. This is one of the more unusual sequences that we've seen in a long time, Bill.
Yeah, I wish we had 4 here tonight.
4 loves these kind of moments, doesn't he? All right, now Parker's going to take the ball. He's going to put it on the tee again.
Now, my guess is he's just like a golfer, Gary. He has a routine he goes through. That's probably why he took it off the tee. He wants to set the ball down, take his paces.
Walk it off. He's got plenty of leg. No wind here to speak of. Here we go. Long, high kick, plenty of foot on it.
Good.
What a bomb.
Oh!
And it is good from 54 yards out, and that's the way we go to the half. A 54-yard field goal from Matthew Parker. And that, ladies and gentlemen, might be our highlight of the night. 54-yard field goal, Matthew Parker to end the first half. 30-0, Central leads, all here on High School Sports Live to be on Fox 43.2. We head to the half. Jack Giambalvo halftime report straight ahead. Capital Blue Cross and AT&T halftime stats and the Capital Region Insurance Agency first half highlights. All straight ahead here on Fox 43.2. Back after this.
I'm excited to be here with Tom Couch, the Vice President for the Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. Tom, you and your staff have served this community in so many ways over the years. High School Sports Live thanks you for being a part of what we do, but you served the York area community a lot longer than just us. Talk about how excited you guys are to keep this tradition going.
You know, Jack Giambalvo started the business in the early 70s, and you know, he was born and raised in York, and this is where he wanted to start his company and grow it, and he's done a fabulous job with it. And you know, we have 10 different franchises in 4 locations, so we've grown to a point where Jack has always wanted to make sure, and his son John, to give back to the community. And so we look at High School Sports Live as an opportunity to give back and also have an awareness to our company with the young kids today.
The new Mazda dealership is, man, this is state of the art. Not only are you selling cars out of here, but you're giving people in the community job opportunities. Talk about the uniqueness of the job opportunities. It's the VOTEC kid at high school, it's the college graduate. Talk about those opportunities.
You know, in the world we live in today, it's tough being a young person today, and we realize that. And so some of the involvement areas that we focus on is, for example, the trade schools. And with the younger kids with VOTEC, they have an opportunity to learn a trade. So for example, in our service department, being a technician, the days of just be replacing spark plugs, filters, no, now it's very technologically advanced with computer skills. So we're involved with the kids from the VOTEC side with learning a trade of being a technician, and then also from the business side, if young people love cars and they've always been around cars and they just can see themselves, you know, having a career, being a salesperson can be very lucrative, and also you get to meet a lot of great people because everybody buys a car.
Now you guys have also been creatively having to put people in cars. It's not just the new car, it's the used car, it's the max dollars on trade-ins. Talk about that, Tom. What does that look like right now for people in general?
Yeah, the supply chain issue we have in our world today affects us also, but what we try to do to be transparent with the customer is every car that we have committed from the factory to build, we have that on our website so people can come see what we have coming in. So we may not have 200 cars on ground right now, but there's availability for people to match their needs from new and used cars.
That's awesome.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Thanks for watching Mr. Pickles again.
I'm happy to. Love this little dude.
Hey, do you mind helping me fill out this IRA form? What feels good to you?
Well, my horoscope said my moon is rising in the week of the tiger.
So, like double, you think?
Oh, for sure. The signs never lie. Just ask Mr. Pickles. He knows. He knows. He does.
Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
Do you want to answer that?
Nah, I'd never with a kid in the car.
It's okay. I'm not here. I'm there.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
And welcome back to our Jack T. and Balbo halftime report. 30-0 here at the half, but we ended with a bang, a 54-yard field goal by Mr. Parker, who just drilled it out there in an unusual play, Bill. And Central was all Central the whole first half.
Yes, Central looked very good, strong defensively. Like I said, they had 4 shutouts already this year. Game started out, punt, punt, punt. And then the long play by Central York opened the game up, and then the Wildcat with Jules Goff. And then that field goal. I coached high school football for 25 years, and I knew the rule, but not quite as well as I probably needed to.
Never had
but I
seen
knew
it.
They had the opportunity to do that. I knew it was a free kick.
Well, you don't have a lot of teams that have the weapon this team has with Parker, and so Matthew Parker able to hit a 54-yard field goal at the end of the half. Let's take a look right now at our F&M Trust first half highlights, and they're all on the side of Central for the most part here in the first half. We're going to run those right now, and Central and York High were really battling along the line of scrimmage there. York High doing a pretty good job, but there you see a long run downfield for Central. And then the cash in from Jules Goff. Jules Goff into the end zone for the first of 3 touchdowns in the first half. And then you see the pickoff right here by Tyler Fry, and he cast it in for a pick 6. 14-0 there for the Panthers. It continued on and became the Jules Goff show again as Goff took it out of the Wildcat and just blasted his way down toward the goal line, and eventually is going to get into the end zone here. He had a Wildcat and then just working his way in the end zone with a little help of his friends. A 5-yard run there. He comes back again later on and just barely gets in with a 2-yard bang. They missed the extra point on that one, but then take a look at this. 54 yards out, Matthew Parker. Wow. That ball was up high. It looked like a good 9-iron shot, didn't it, Bill?
I think that kick would have been good from 65.
Well, I'll tell you what, impressive stuff here in the first half. And let's take a look right now at our first half highlights brought to you by Capital Blue Cross and AT&T. And we've got a lot of big highlights, most of them on the side of the Panthers here in the first half. As we look down the line here and you look at the numbers, York was 7 yards rushing the first half, Central with 81. 84 yards passing for the Panthers, only 30 for York. 165 to 37 total there. 1 turnover for York High, none for the Panthers. 9 penalties for 74 yards for York High here in the first half. 3 for 35 for Central. So that's the tail of the tape there, Bill.
Seems like every week one team has an excessive number of penalties, and those penalties kill you in big games like this. You just can't give away free yardage. I mean, if you've got 75 yards in penalties in the first half, that's almost the length of the football field that you're giving up.
In terms of individual numbers in the first half, still 3 for 11 passing, 30 yards, 1 interception. Javane Anderson was 6 rushes for 11 yards, 2 catches for Ward, 23 yards, 2 rushes, no yards. For Central, Nace 3 for 7 in the first half passing, 84 yards. He wasn't in there all that often. Goff before the Wildcat, 7 rushes for 11 yards, 1 touchdown. In the Wildcat, check this out, 12 rushes, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. Big difference in that Wildcat. Carlos with 2 catches for 28 yards in the first half. And that's the tail of the tape right there, our Capital Blue Cross and AT&T halftime stats. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. Bill Chase has got some playoff ramifications for you. That's the next season coming up. Right after the regular season, it starts in districts, and then they head on to states. We're going to have it all right here for you on the High School Sports Live TV. Jack Giambalvo, halftime report. Back after this.
Guys, I'm with Chip Wasson, the Vice President and Commercial Services Market Manager for F&M Trust. Chip, I did my research. You're a football guy. You have to look forward to dialing in and watching these games, and even with NFL coming.
Charlie, I love playing football growing up, and this time of year always brings back fond memories. Great community time, great atmosphere, and love it.
F&M Trust has been in this community for years. Talk about that history and talk about why being in the community is so important to F&M Trust.
F&M Trust was founded in 1906 in Chambersburg, and our corporate headquarters is still there today. We currently have 22 offices in South Central PA, in the 4 counties in South Central, as well as Washington County, Maryland. We service retail, commercial, and investment and trust clients in those offices. We have a mortgage center in Camp Hill, as well as mortgage loan officers in our community offices across our footprint. We have a regional headquarters in Harrisburg, which is where my office is located. And we opened a few years ago and has really grown that marketplace for us.
Chip, talk about the interest in High School Sports Live and wanting to be involved in the education of high school sports and the student athletes that get the exposure night in and night out.
Absolutely, Charlie. And one of the things that F&M strongly believes in is supporting our communities. The bank contributes hundreds of thousands of dollars and thousands of hours of volunteer service to community groups and organizations throughout the year. One of the areas of focus for us is education, so supporting high school football is a natural fit for us. We know everyone involved in these games, from players to coaches to cheerleaders and to members of the band, really have invested their time and talents to represent their school and their communities to the best of their ability. It's also an opportunity to be a part of a great group of sponsors there that share F&M Trust's commitment to community.
Well, we appreciate you being involved in High School Sports Live and supporting our community effort, but you guys are doing a lot of neat things out there. Why don't you hit on a couple of those key initiatives?
Our entire team is actively engaged in the many of the nonprofits, as well as the chambers of commerce that serve our region. For instance, we're donating time to assist with the rebuild of the Broad Street Market, which had an unfortunate fire earlier this year. We have and will be participating in the United Way's Day of Caring, where we support the nonprofits in the area through volunteer hours. We have a team of people that volunteered to walk for the American Heart Association fundraiser at City Island, and we've received tremendous response, and our team is very happy to be involved, especially in after-hours projects as well.
What was that like playing high school sports and just you watching these football games on TV? You almost have to relate to these kids today.
Oh, it's, Friday Night Lights is the best. I mean, it's really tremendous. It's a great community event, and towns light up when when those Friday night games are on.
What's your favorite memory as a high school athlete? On that football field, playing defense. You got to have one.
Oh, I do, and it was a pick 6 for a touchdown to win the game.
How many yards?
It was about 60.
Gary, guys, we got a guy here that if someone gets hurt in the second half, let's put him in. Chip Wasson, thank you, F&M Trust. Reaching the community, supporting High School Sports Live. We appreciate the partnership.
Welcome back to an extended Jack Giambalvo halftime report. You know, we're just about at the end of the regular season. In fact, tonight ends the regular season here, but we're getting ready for the playoffs, and Bill Chase has been keeping his eye on what's going on in the playoffs and some of the ramifications of some of the teams we've seen and some of the teams around the district. Bill?
Yeah, it's hard to imagine with the weather. I'm here in short sleeves, and it's the 10th game of the season, but playoffs will be starting in some of the divisions next week. Some in a couple of weeks, but let's go through each division very quickly. We have six divisions in Pennsylvania State football, and in District 3, in Single A, it's Steel High, Steel High, Steel High. There are only 3 Single A schools in all of District 3. So Steel High, defending state champ, Andrew Irby holds a state record for passing yards and passing touchdowns. He's just committed to Ohio University, so Steel High's got to be your pick there, and probably one of your favorites, obviously, in the state playoffs. In 2A, there are 4 teams that look like they're in the playoffs right now. Anvil-Cleona's ranked number 1 right now. Trinity's right behind them. I think it's probably going to come down to those 2, but you have DeLone Catholic and Camp Hill also who will probably be in the playoffs. They'll take 4 teams, and I like Trinity there coming out in AA. In AAA, they're going to get 6 playoff spots. And it's really tightly packed. You got West Perry, who's undefeated, but they are losing to Steel High tonight by about 20 points, I think, in this halftime or third quarter. But then right behind them, all teams with 1 loss, Wyomissing, Schuylkill Valley, Lancaster Catholic. Until you beat the champion, who's Wyomissing, I like Wyomissing to probably repeat there. But West Perry has a really, really nice program. So that's going to be, I think, come down to those 2 teams. 4A, it's Bishop McDevitt. They're the defending state champs. They've had some close games early, but they played out of state in a couple games, and they got Stoner. They have Division I receivers all over the place. They're just the team to beat. They're the only undefeated team. With 1 loss, you have Twin Valley, Manheim Central, East Pennsboro, who we saw earlier in the year, and Lampeter-Strasburg. So one of those teams probably is going to end up playing Bishop McDevitt. They'll take 10 teams out of 4A for the playoffs.
Right.
5A is the largest division in District 3. Right now, to me, it's wide open. That's the most wide open division. I can't really say there's a clear favorite there. New Oxford's on top right now. Cedar Cliff's right behind them, and that follows Cocalico, Garden Spot, Ephrata, CV. All of those schools are real close together in Lancaster County, in the northeast section of Lancaster County, so very interesting there. Exeter Township just lost their first game, so that dropped them to like a 5th or 6th seed. The team I really like, and I'm going to say that I like Cocalico coming out of 5A. They beat Manheim Central up pretty badly 5 or 6 weeks ago. Their veer attack seems to be really strong this year. So I'm going to take Cocalico a little bit, but that's a wide open division. And then in 6A, 8 teams will come into the playoffs in 6A. I think they're all pretty much determined who they're going to be, just where they're going to be right now. Manheim Township's beating Wilson up tonight 26-7 at one point tonight. Nobody's had a sniff of Manheim Township all year. No. They are really, really good. People talk about their quarterback and receiver. They've got to have a lot more than just that. They are a state caliber team, and I rank them as the favorite right now. You have Harrisburg and Central York right behind them. Cumberland Valley they're beating Altoona tonight, and if they win tonight after starting 1-4, they will finish 6-4 with a victory, and they could move up into the 4th slot possibly, because Central Dolphins losing to Harrisburg tonight, and Wilson is losing to Manheim Township tonight. So I really see it as 3 teams, though. I like Manheim Township on top. Harrisburg's gotten better as the year has gone on. Manheim Township beat Harrisburg pretty badly early in the year, and you have an undefeated Central York team. So I like those 3, but Manheim Township, until somebody shows me that you can beat Manheim Township, I don't see it happening.
Bill, great preview there. We're looking forward to playoff season. We're going to take a final break here. We'll come right back for the start of the third quarter. This is the High School Sports Live TV Game of the Week right here on Fox 43.2.
Lock it up at Hoffman Ford. Only Hoffman Ford offers 2 years maintenance included with any new 2023 Ford car, truck, or SUV order. Plus, lock in Ford's lowest APR rate today. Get 2 years maintenance included exclusively at Hoffman Ford. Why would you order from anywhere else? Who has your best deal on a new Ford?
Hoffman has it.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
And welcome back to Central York High School. We're getting ready to start the third quarter here. Everybody getting stretched back out again. But Bill, I was looking at some of the other numbers here in the half. And Central with 29 total plays run. York High with 25. So surprisingly close in that area. And yet York High has not really been able to get any kind of sustained drive. First downs, though, Central leads there 8-3. And then third downs, Central 3 out of 6 on that, 1 for 7 for York High. Tackles for loss. York High with 4 tackles for loss the first half. Central with only 3. And the average drive start, and this is the one that'll jump out at you. For York High, their own 19-yard line. For Central, their own 45-yard line. They're going short field all the time, all night.
Yeah, that's how good football teams win. I can remember years ago, I was coaching up in the Wyoming Valley, and we had to play Berwick every year. And my first year up there, Berwick had a quarterback named Jake Kelchner who initially went to Notre Dame and then came back and played at West Virginia. And I was interviewed before the game, and I told them, yes, Berwick has a great offense, but it's really their defense that creates the situations for the offense because they always gave the offense short fields. And that's what good football teams do. They either turn the ball over. The perfect example is it had to be a scatter and report issue where, when they picked off the bubble screen, that's a backbreaker at any level of football. You score a defensive touchdown or a special teams touchdown, that's a big deal.
And that was the second score of the game right
exactly,
there. So you're still in the ball game at that point.
Yeah, and a couple of the mistakes. York was moving the ball early on. They got a couple of penalties. It set them back, yardage that you're just not going to make up in high school football. And then on defense, they had them 3rd and 5 early on. They jump off sides, give Central a first down. And then the very next play, they complete the long pass to the tight end, which allowed them to go in for their first score. So it's little mistakes like that you can look back on and say, we really weren't as bad as the score seems to indicate.
I was impressed by the one number we had at the half about Goff before the Wildcat, Goff after the Wildcat. Big difference there as we have the kickoff here. Parker, another bomb all the way into the end zone, no run back. And so York High will get the ball. Boy, Parker, as advertised tonight, right?
Yeah, you told me coming in how good this kid was, and I was unaware of it. And being only a junior, he will definitely be getting a lot of looks.
Again, one of these guys that does double time in terms of basketball as well during his offseason. He's an outstanding basketball player, great defensive guy, and pretty good offensive guy as well. But tonight, showing you that foot, he has been really dynamite throughout the course of the season, a real weapon. And that's one of those X factors that could bode well for Central during the playoffs. So the handoff here to Anderson again, and nothing going there. And this guy wearing number 11 tonight, Tyler Fry, has been everywhere, including that pickoff for the pick six into the end zone.
Yeah. You're right. He has been everywhere, and he looks like a football player. I mean, he's in the right spot every time.
One of those guys that just looks like he's perky. Heads up all the time. He's taking the signals from the sideline for the defense. It'll be second down now and 11. Loss of 1 on the play. Ball at the 19-yard line now for the Bearcats. Still. Handoff again. Coming around the left side. And is there a fumble down on the ground? And let's see who has it. And they uncovered the pile.
No signal.
And ball will stay with York High.
Again, I've alluded to it a few times. Central York's defense is exceptionally quick, and it was Tyler Fry again who turned that little sweep action upfield.
Central gave up some points the last couple of years, but this year much stingier. And
Yeah.
the defense has carried them a long way during the course of the season. Third down and 8 now, ball at the 22-yard line. Still throwing deep. Oh, a nice coverage downfield there for Central, man on man. And the guy you saw down there, Saxton Suchanek, an outstanding player, and you saw him step for step the whole way down the field.
Yeah, he ran with him the whole way. It was just a straight go route. There was no looking off. It was just, hey, you go, I'll throw it. Good defensive play. Now,
Suchanek, a guy that's getting some Division I looks, 6'4", 185 pounds, and stride for stride with the receiver all the way down the field.
Yeah. Now, if I'm Coach Janczek, I do have to be a little bit concerned that the regular looks out of my offense have not been successful tonight.
Yeah. Oh, good kick out of there again by Banks. Boy, has he been good tonight. We talked about Parker, but Banks on his side has really switched the field for York High a couple of times. He kicks it all the way back to the 32-yard line. Nice job by George Banks Jr. And Central will get their first possession here of the second half.
We do have 2 flags down over here, and I'm thinking the way the York player was reacting, it's probably against them.
Banks with a 46-yard punt out of there. And that may be the official coming all the way back down to this end.
They're going to mark off 15, I think.
Yeah. So should take it back somewhere around the 47.
So you've got a 30-0 score here very early in the second half, and I don't know how many coaches actually think of this, but getting to the running clock situation, if you get ahead by 35 points, the clock will continue to run and not stop for things like incomplete passes and out of bounds plays.
Now, I was interested in something you said a moment ago, Bill, and you said Central's offense has not run all that smoothly tonight. I mean, the Wildcat is what it is, but you look to maybe work on some of those things right now, don't you?
Yeah, but you're kind of hamstrung too. I mean, do you really want to throw the football a whole lot? You're up by this.
How about this? Quick handoff there by number 4, and it is going to be a run to the house. How about that? 54-yard touchdown run from Carter Vaughn, who took the Wildcat there. And Vaughn, you talk about speedster, 54-yard touchdown run right here at 9:59 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, he showed me some quicks there.
You take a look at that again, and he's off to the races. No one's catching him. We have another flag down here. So Carter Vaughn, 54-yard TD, puts the score up to 36-0 right now. And touchdown. The official calls a touchdown good.
So my guess is we'll see very little of Jules Goff here in the second half with the score as it is.
How about Carter Vaughn gets in for one play in the backfield and has the biggest yard gain at one time in the game. So Carter Vaughn with a 54-yard touchdown run, 36-0, 9:59 to go here in the third quarter. Parker back in. Takes 2 steps laterally, 2 steps back. Saw him kick a 54-yarder earlier. This seems like a chip shot. And that one is up, and that one is good, and 37-0. Central leads with 9:59 to go, and this will take a quick break. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
From Times Square to your local community, from local sports to international conventions, Invicta has changed the broadcast and video landscape, bringing professional quality and service to organizations across the globe. Through professional, college level, and local sports, festivals, competitions, parades, and telethons, conferences, and commercials, Invicta is bringing the power of video to more people and markets than ever before. Have a project you need covered? Check out our website for more information. Invicta, providing affordable HD video solutions.
You know, you talk about that Central defense tonight, by the way. They have held York to 13 yards for the evening.
And I think you gave, 3 first downs in the...
Yeah, they've been stingy all night long, but that offense as well right now. Quick burst there by Carter Vaughn, 54 yards for the touchdown. Puts it up 37-0 now. Still 9:59 to go in the third quarter.
So I think you have to you have to remind your players, if you're York High, you are going to the playoffs.
Right. And
everybody has a puncher's chance once you get in the playoffs. You don't want to let your frustrations set in where you do something silly and get thrown out of the game, or let's finish this off as a class program and let's try to score a few times here.
Here's one unusual. It's going to get returned by Ward out to the 30, 35-yard line. Fumble again. I think he might have covered up around the 36-yard line. Ward had it. First return kickoff tonight for the Bearcats, and they finally get pretty decent yardage here to set up with 9:48 to go in the third quarter.
So I would assume the clock should start to run. All right, so the clock is. It should be a continuous running clock, except in certain situations here now.
Here are the Bearcats around the outside and out of bounds near the 44-yard line. Good surge that time by York High.
I think York High's going to try to establish a few things here. You'll start to see Central York, not sub just yet, but they'll start to put some second-team kids in, get them some time.
Shavane Anderson with a nice run there. Shavane Anderson, only a sophomore, 5'11", got a lot of good football ahead of him. Second down and 4 now, ball at the 43-yard line for the Bearcats. And Anderson's gets it again. Anderson first down and a little bit more as Anderson out over the 50 into Central territory about the 49-yard line.
Now, generally the clock would stop on the first down for a few seconds, but again, the rule in high school, if you get ahead by 35 points in the second half, the clock will continually run. This will make for a quick game from here, most likely.
So first down now for the York High Bearcats. Ball resting on the 49-yard line of the Bearcats. We got offsides against Central. They lined up offsides. So we're going to mark 5 down against the Panthers. Be first down and 5 yards to go now. The ball will switch over into Panther territory, I believe, maybe not. York High walking back. We thought it was going to be offsides. It's actually illegal procedure, apparently. I'm still not sure the officials have it right here. We've had a few confabs here tonight, haven't we, Bill?
So they're marking off against
Now
Central.
they got it right.
You like to use that word confab at least once a game.
I like it once a game. So the United Nations doesn't deliberate this long sometimes, but yeah, other direction. So it's 5 yards now against Central. So it's 1st and 5 for the Bearcats. We finally get it right. 44-yard line. Get that 46-yard line of the Panthers. Here's Anderson again. Anderson zips around the far side and gets a few yards inside the 45, down near the 43-yard line.
This would be a very positive for York High to take a nice little drive here, take it down and get some points on the board. Like I said, they are in the playoffs.
Right. Ball spotted at the 44-yard line. Will bring up 3rd down, make that 2nd down and 3 for the Bearcats. Anderson getting a lot of reps right now. A little different look this time as 1st down around the near side. And a nice run by Amani Bones.
Yeah, another 1st down.
Saw Amani Bones in the opening game of the season against Harrisburg High, and he showed me a lot of positive stuff. He's a really quick runner. Saw him just kind of a nice long slant there to get the 1st down.
Yeah, he looks solid too. He's got some thick legs on him.
And again, another sophomore, so York High, these classes bode well for the future when you look at some of these guys with Shavane Anderson, a sophomore, Amani Bones, a sophomore, taking their lumps right now. Shavane Anderson brought down, not before he gets maybe a yard, it gets back down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, the York County League has really been 2 teams in recent years, and it's these 2 teams out here, particularly Central York. And that the other teams are going to have to step up their games. Once in a while you get Spring Grove's got a nice team.
Here again, near side, shaken out there by Central. You got a flag down in the backfield. Usually in the area of holding.
You know, back to that point, I was saying Southwestern's had a strong program, you know, going back a decade or so, 15 years when Don Seidenstrecker was the head football coach. Red Line jumps up every once in a while with a nice team. But it's really been these 2 that, and rightfully so, playing the last game against each other every year right now until other teams can prove otherwise.
2 of the bigger schools, and of course Central, making it to rare air 3 years ago in the state championship game, even though they had to go up against St. Joseph Prep, who seems to win year after year.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who we seem to put up against St. Joe's Prep. It's never a game.
So it'll be 2nd down and 20 now, still out of the pocket, still looking at the sideline and not going to be able to hit his man over there. So it'll bring up 3rd down and 20 yards to go now for the Bearcats at the 46-yard line of Central.
And so here you had a nice little drive going. Penalty puts you back behind the sticks again, and that's a killer in high school football, at any level of football, really. I mean, even in the NFL, I mean, you know, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10 is hard to pick up in the National Football League. Imagine what it's like in high school trying to pick up 3rd and 23.
Used to talk a lot in basketball about basketball is a game of angles, fractions of seconds, and mistakes. You take away mistakes, you're going to win a lot of games, championships. Ball to the 40-yard line now. Completed. Obviously, probably 4 down territory here for.
Yeah, I don't see any reason to punt the ball here.
No. And another flag down in the backfield of York High, and they're talking to Central. Malachi Ramnath having a little conversation there with the officials. So this one apparently against Central.
Should be a 1st down.
Well, the officials probably getting as much yardage in tonight as the players. The ball all the way down to the 25-yard line, which looks like it might be enough for the 1st down. And they haven't moved the chains yet, and now they do. So the ball down to the 25-yard line here for the Bearcats. It'll be 1st down and 10, this time benefiting from the penalty against the Panthers. So 1st down and 10. 2 receivers far side, 2 receivers near side. Straight back goes Still. Still throws out there, has his man open. That's Ward. Ward trying to find some space and danced around a little too long and got nailed over there by the Panthers.
Yeah, he's open initially. He makes a nice catch. It was a good throw, but he has to throw it so far when you're on the left hash and you're throwing all the way to the right sideline. That ball's in the air a long time and allows the defense to just close too quickly.
Watch Suchanek and Ramnath over there. Just bottle them up. And I said Suchanek, and forgive me on that. It's actually Kyle Groman, number 9, and Ramnath, and they just did a great job of limiting the play there for David Ward. So it brings up second down and 11 now, ball at the 26. And Still turning to pass quickly, throwing it to the sideline, looking again for Ward.
Yeah, so you're clearly in 4-down territory here. You can run or pass the ball in this situation knowing you're going to have 2 downs.
2:53 to go here in the third quarter. Gain of 4 on the play makes that second down, make that third down now, and 7 yards to go. Ball at the 22-yard line. Beautiful night for football tonight. As we said, 78 degrees at game time. It hasn't gone down all that much. Still have a tough time finding any kind of room to throw. Here they run at the outside. They got Ward. Ward around the inside. Ward across the 20. Ward down near the 17-yard line, not near enough for the first down. Will bring up 4th down.
Yeah, they're about 2 yards here.
Got a long 2 coming up here. 4th and a long 2. Ball will be at the 17-yard line here for York High. Official name, William Penn of York, but everybody in this area knows him as York High. So 4th down and 2 here for the Bearcats. Almost intercepted, as Still was looking out on the flat here. And he was trying to catch up to Ja'Kai Joseph.
Yeah, he floated that one a little bit, didn't set his feet. Needs to, when you're throwing that little out pattern to the short side, you got to zip that.
So the ball goes over on downs to the Panthers. 1:55 to go here in the third quarter. Parents, you can go to advancedhoops.com to sign up for Central Dauphin area community programs featuring novice skill builders, 2nd and 3rd grade, rec boys and girls, 3rd and 4th, 5th and 6th, and even a middle school boys and girls winter basketball league. Hey, if your child doesn't make the team at school, they got a team for Advanced Hoops right now. And they're all ready to help you out. Check out all the programs they have, advancedhoops.com. Sign-ups are on December 9th. That's advancedhoops.com. Registration is now open. Straight back. And the ball thrown out to the outside here is going to be incomplete.
Nace back in. Goff was back in on that series. They'll probably play them through the third quarter and then start to move some subs in, I would think.
And not much time left in that third quarter, 1:18, and the clock is rolling. Mercy rule is in effect right now. Central in no hurry to get up to the line of scrimmage. So Nace in there. Different sidecar this time at his running back spot. Nace hands it off around the outside. Good defense by York High there as the handoff was to Nairobi Johnson, a freshman, 6'2", 180-pound running back. Nairobi Johnson.
Yeah, nice when you can put freshmen into the game.
And how about York High there? What a tackle. And you saw again for York High, number 9, James Abney. He has played really an outstanding game tonight.
Yeah, he's a big, tall, lean kid that can move from side to side.
Abney, 6'2" himself, 175 pounds, and shows you some real speed. So to bring up second down and 10 now, 14 seconds to go in this quarter. Nace back there. Johnson running alongside of him, I believe. There goes Nace rolling right. Nace with a pass. Out here to Carter Luckenball. He can make things happen in a hurry. Luckenball gets all the way out to the 40-yard line. Luckenball, a playmaker, and that will end the third quarter. 37-0, the Panthers lead as we switch fields and start the fourth quarter. All here on High School Sports Live TV. It's the game of the week on Fox 43.2.
More choices, more laughter, more time to play, and less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and Giambalvo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 Official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted Giambalvo #1. The Jack Giambalvo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at giambalvo.com.
And Central with the football here gets jammed up at the line of scrimmage. At the end of 3 quarters, Central with 245 total yards. York was 76. So Central having their way tonight with the Bearcats so far in this game. 2nd down and 10, ball at the 44-yard line. And, you know, I said Carter Luckerball, forgive me. There used to be Carter Luckerball who was a pretty good basketball player. And all of a sudden my memory went blank. It's Carter Vaughn. We want to make sure we give credit to Carter Vaughn, number 4 there. So thank you for the reminder, Bill, because that was... we basketball coaches every now and then we wander off into another place.
Yeah, I've been to enough basketball games. See how you guys act.
2nd down and 5, ball at the 45-yard line. Brooklyn Nace goes left or right, throws back that bubble screen on the near side. He's got a man open, and reaching out and grabbing the jersey and pulling him down is Ja'Kai Joseph for York High. Good pass out here in the flat to Preston Fink. Caught a big touchdown pass against Dallastown, the 23-13 win earlier in the season here.
Central York's player was signaling he had the first down, but he wasn't quite there yet. He's still got 3 yards to go, so he's going to have to work on that a little bit.
2nd down and 3, ball at the 49-yard line of the Bearcats. 10:31 to go in this one. Capital Blue Cross post-game report will be coming up after the game. It's our final regular season game here, but we'll be looking forward to doing the District 3 6A game right now, planned for the 25th of November. Banging forward again is Johnson for a couple more yards. Nairobi Johnson. Again, the time to be announced on that game will depend too on who's playing, because some of the teams play afternoon games and some play night games. So
yeah, most likely if Harrisburg is the host, it would be a Saturday game, and if any of the other teams, I think, would all be at night.
Probably a Friday night game, so, or Saturday night game, whichever.
So the interesting, the way things are setting up right now, if teams play to their seed, the semifinals, you're going to see Central York against Harrisburg.
There's a handoff again to Johnson. Johnson, some good tough running. Rumbles over the 35 down, I mean the 45 down near the 43-yard line.
So now it's just the game within the game a little bit. The Bearcats would like to score, obviously, to avoid the shutout. Central York is thinking we want a shutout. When you're on the defensive staff and you're pitching a shutout for 3 quarters, you want that shutout. And that would give them 5 shutouts for the year, which is very, very impressive.
Pretty impressive. New quarterback into the game, and Johnson continues to surge forward. New quarterback in there right now is Maddox Kopko, who's a junior, 6 foot, 180 pounds for the Panthers. So Brooklyn Nace is done apparently for the evening as the clock ticks down to 8:30, 3rd down and 5 from the 41-yard line. Panthers lead it handily right now, 37-0. The highlight of the night, a 54-yard field goal by Matthew Parker.
That was a highlight.
Woo. And that's one of those X-factor weapons that might be used by Central during the playoffs. I mean, not everybody has one of those. There's your handoff again. Johnson trying to find a way to the outside, being chased down there. And a good job for York High. Ja'Kai Joseph, who's been an active player defensively tonight, to finally wrestle him down.
And again, I see no reason to punt here.
Although, take a look. Matthew Parker, if you wanted to kick the field goal.
Well, now he would have a rush on him, and you would
Yes.
have to snap the ball.
Right.
So could try. It would be another. This would be a 55-yarder, 56.
Well, and
so
no move to pull him out there.
I know when I get home, my wife is going to ask me to explain the rule to her.
For the second time tonight, right? So it'll be 4th down and 3 here for Central. Most likely we'll just keep it on the ground. Oh, or not. How about this? And trying to get out there, and York High having none of it. And once again, leading the charge there is James Abney. James Abney flushed him out of the pocket and sent him to some of his friends for the tackle. And York High takes over on downs. So the 39-yard line here for the Bearcats. So a nice defensive stand there for York High.
So the clock will stop with a change of possession. But this may be the Bearcats' last opportunity to try and score.
You talk about Coach Russ Stoner has a program for his Bearcats called Accountability for Life. They actually have their own building. In that building, they have a workout center. They've got a place you can actually run on some AstroTurf. They've got a lounge center. But they really teach accountability for these kids, and just a great extra thing here for the Bearcats. Here's the run. And good slash over that 50-yard line into Panther territory by Amani Bones again. So Bones with some nice positive yardage here out of the Wildcat.
Yeah, that was their own version of the Wildcat, and I will not be shocked to see them try and take that down in the last 6 minutes here using that style of football.
Take a look at Bones there. I mean, he gives you a couple legs and pulls it back twice there in that run. Bonnie Bones, only a sophomore, and you take a look at him, and you take a look at Shavane Anderson, two guys that really are outstanding runners, both only sophomores. So York High stocking the shelves here for future years to come.
Looks like Central York called the timeout here, probably stressing, look, we want to pitch the shutout.
Yeah, you know, the biggest thing I guess right here, Bill, is you were coach in these kind of situations. You don't want the pride to lessen. You don't want the effort to lessen. You know, you may have second-string guys in there for the most part.
Well, you want to give your second-string guys an opportunity to play in games like this, and
not just clean up.
And having been in situations like this occasionally, you'd like to see them get in and play, but play well. Because a lot of times you're still going against the first unit of the other team.
Here's a handoff again, near side. Good running by Bones. Bones over the 40, down inside the 40, near the 36-yard line. Amani Bones doing a nice job here of showing off what he can do.
And there are definitely a lot of new numbers in for the Central York team, which is rightfully so. They should get it in there and get a chance to play, stay healthy over the next couple of weeks, and
there goes Bones out of the
start
game. Take a look here. This young man got a wonderful future here. The future actually is right now for him here at York High, but 2 more years after this. Different number in there now for the Bearcats around the left side, and first down, very close to the first down. That run by number 21, Samir Gwynn, only a freshman. York High showing some young backs here. Samir Gwynn around the outside.
You know, coming back, I wanted to comment on what you said about Russ Stoner and the program that they have. I have a great admiration for that type of program where you're giving kids an opportunity to go on to further education and to do right by their lives. And I have great admiration for coaches that put a lot into their kids that aren't their own children, but they treat them like they are.
I'll tell you one of the things here at Central, too, you have Coach Janczek, and a few years ago, Marty Trimmer, the athletic director, made a real commitment to all the programs to weightlifting. They've got a weight center here, bar none, that is outstanding.
It's just a total great facility that they have here at Central York.
Another good run here by Gwynn for some positive yardage. And did he get the first down? Yes, he did. The ball now down to the 23-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 here for the Bearcats. 4:52. You'd like to see him punch one in here at the end.
Yes.
Got these young guys playing right now. Central with a lot of new uniforms in the field. They're playing for the pride of pitching a shutout. So something to play for here by both these teams. And there is number 15 in there, and that, of course, is George Banks Jr., who was the starting quarterback to start the year.
He's a big guy.
He is. But I'll tell you what, he's got quick feet. You watch him, and he showed us his foot tonight with the punting. He's been an outstanding punter throughout the evening.
Yeah, when he lined up to punt the first time, I thought he was the guy from the Steelers.
So officials time out here. I think we have an injury on the field. We'll take a very quick one ourselves and come right back. This is High School Sports Live to you on Fox 43.2.
You may recycle your electronics, appliances, and mercury thermostats at the Dauphin County Recycling Center.
In addition to 8 local drop-off sites for recyclable materials.
Recycling matters in Dauphin County.
Since 2001, Dauphin County has recycled over 10,000 tons of electronics.
And 1.6 million tons of recyclables like cardboard and plastics.
Keep up the great work.
Bring it on!
Breaker box is toast. Recommend the whole rewiring.
Well, that sounds expensive. Is that something a home equity loan could help with?
No clue, but listen, if you're trying to make money fast, head down to the horse track and let it all ride on Old Cloud Stomper. Jockey's my cousin. Well, second.
That works for you?
It will work. It will.
Let me think about that.
Borrow better with our range of fast and easy loans. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
More choices. More laughter. More time to play. And less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal. To go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
Thanks for watching Mr. Pickles again.
I'm happy to. Love this little dude.
Hey, do you mind helping me fill out this IRA form? What feels good to you?
Well, my horoscope said my moon is rising in the week of the tiger.
So, like double, you think?
Oh, for sure. The signs never lie. Just ask Mr. Pickles. He knows. He knows. He does.
Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
The Jack G and Bobo family of dealerships. We have millions of dollars in new and pre-owned inventory across 8 brands in 5 locations. Buick GMC, Hyundai, Mazda, Stettler Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and G and Bobo Hyundai of Hanover. And we want to thank the local community for voting us the 2023 official Community's Choice Award Best of York and Hanover winner in 5 different categories. Come out today and find out why your friends and neighbors voted G and Bobo #1. The Jack G and Bobo family of dealerships. 5 great locations. Online at gmbobo.com.
Lloyd Valcarcio appears to be the player who's shaken up and coming off the field under his own power, which is good to see here. Don't forget, coming up is our Capital Blue Cross post-game report. The 2nd down and 3 now, ball at the 16-yard line for the Bearcats. Banks has it. Banks pitched it back. And he's going to get his team a first down here. Quick thinking there by Banks. So York High will move the stakes yet again. As the ball's down at the 11-yard line, that means they can still make a first down, not make a touchdown.
Yeah, I think George Banks was still behind the line of scrimmage, so he could throw it either backwards or forwards there.
Looked very close there for a second, didn't he? So Banks, inside handoff, jet sweep, round the corner, toward the end zone. It looks like pushed out of bounds just shy.
No, he got it. He gave it to him.
They got him in. Yep, they did get him in there at the end. And touchdown with Robert Salazar, who made a nice jet sweep there from 11 yards out. Robert Salazar. First time we've called his number tonight. 11-yard TD run with 3:20 to go in this one. So York High will have a chance to go for 2 here. Banks inside again, and nowhere going this time against Central. So York High is on the board with 6 points. Central leads it 37-6. We'll get that correction on the scoreboard right there. We have it 43-0. It's 37-6. So we'll make that change. We'll take a break. We'll come right back. This is High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
All across Pennsylvania, families are living their lives in their own homes. Not long ago, none of these families believed it possible. And then they discovered there was someone who could help. What was once only a dream is now a reality. Welcome home.
Well, Fox 43 High School Sports Frenzy tonight will be on at a special time. Looks like about 11:30 instead of the normal 11 o'clock. We got a little thing going on called the World Series on Fox as well, with Texas and Arizona tonight. I haven't even checked that score yet. A lot of Philadelphia fans aren't checking that score much either after having a tough home 2-game loss to Arizona there at the end. 7 plays, 61 yards for York High on that scoring play. And again, Robert Salazar with an 11-yard touchdown run to put the Bearcats on the board here. 37-6 they are down right now with 3:20 to go in this one. Bearcats kicking off deep, taken there by Central, about the 20-yard line, chased out, and good surge by the Bearcats to limit the run back to the 25-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for Central. Lots of new uniforms in the game.
Yeah, 4 or 5 and 4 plays, 5 plays will bring this game to a conclusion most likely. No more penalties, hopefully.
No.
And this is going to continue the Central York streak. It's something like 27 or 28 straight now, maybe more than that, as far as victories in their league.
Last team to beat them in 2018, yes, you got it, York High. Postgame report, Capital Blue Cross postgame report, and our F&M Trust Player of the Game. Player of the Game brought to you by Hoffman Ford, all straight ahead. Central will be running the whole time now as again, tucking it under there is Maddox Kopko. Kopko, a junior, 6-footer. You know, both these programs right now, Bill, when you look at them, are loaded with a lot of young talent.
Yeah, they just seem to keep reloading every year, and they're the two programs that you look at each year. And until somebody else steps up, they are going to continue to be the programs that get ranked high every year in the league preseason. I can remember years ago when Brad Livingston was the head coach at Central York.
Right.
You know, they were a strong program back in the late 80s into the early 90s.
Yeah, Brad was around forever here. He did a great job with Central, or with the old Central York High School, and then when they moved over here to the new location, now not that new anymore,
right.
But yeah,
I think it was 1989 or 90. I was head coach of Wyoming Valley West in Wilkes-Barre, and we brought a team down to play Central. Brad was the head coach then, and we played them non-league, and they had gone through a stretch of strong runs over the years. I remember my staff being up in the press box, and York Suburban coaches were scouting, and they were actually rooting for us. I mean, you build up this spite for the team that continually wins. You know, for me, it was Berwick.
3rd and 13 now for the 20. Little draw there. Again, York High spelled out. York High's defense, again, you look at the Bearcats tonight, they've not been torched a lot. I mean, they really have played well, I thought, along the line of scrimmage throughout the course of the evening.
Yeah, the power running game out of the Wildcat gave them problems. They're going to have to figure out a solution for that because they clearly haven't had it over the last 2 years to be able to stop that type of running game.
Right.
But out of Central York's base offense, again, I think Coach Janczek has to be a little bit concerned that he was not able to move the ball with his base personnel. And
you're going to play some better defensive teams down the road in the playoffs, you won't be able to live off the Wildcat.
There you see the staff from Central York wearing the gray uniform tops tonight. Coaches. Let's say one of the best programs probably year in and year out right now in the state in terms of consistency.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, Coach Shonchak's first year here at Central York, they went to the state finals.
Yeah.
You know, and traditionally it had been when a big school team out of York County left the area and went up to Harrisburg, they got beat.
Right.
But then they beat Harrisburg one year badly, and
here's Parker again. Let's see what he does with this. Again, a high booming kick out of the. He just turns a game around with his foot. You know, you don't think of the punter as being the guy that turns the game around, but he has the ability to switch fields for you if you're in trouble. And
yeah, it's a big weapon against some teams who don't have that.
And he's very, very consistent. He had one bad punt tonight. That was 38 yards. And for a lot of high school kids, 38 is about as good as he's going to get.
But to just finish my point, for years, schools the big school divisions would leave York County and go up and play Central Dauphin or Cumberland Valley or Harrisburg and get beat rather handily. And Central York was the first team to turn that around, where now they've beaten Central Dauphin. They've beaten Cumberland Valley pretty handily over the last few years. They beat Harrisburg in the playoffs one year. So it bodes well for their program.
They're sending out people to Division I programs on a regular basis as well. And a lot of that has to do with the kind of prep they have here in terms of we talked about the weightlifting earlier, special programs, opportunities they take advantage of around the state, camps. I mean, it's huge.
Yes.
And then you talk about a guy like a high-profile guy like a Bo Prabula who's playing for Penn State, seeing some playing time there, even though he's not starting, but you know, certainly done well there so far this year.
Well, when you have people like that in the program.
Here's Banks. Banks yanked down from behind there as Banks was getting under a head of steam and got out to the 45-yard line. Pretty good pickup by Banks there as the clock ticks down to 47 seconds.
Yeah, when you have good kids like the Perbulas in your program and the many of the others that you have, then your good athletes coming up, they want to play football. You know, they come to a game when they're a young kid and they see this and they see Bo Perbula on TV.
Banks letting it go deep. Way downfield and has his man, I think, catching the ball just in bounds. And was he in bounds and did he catch it? Threw it all the way down there to Ja'Kai Joseph. Looked like he might have a catch.
They're rolling it incomplete now, and the clock is going to run out.
And the clock is down to 3, now 2, now 1. And the final score here, 37-6. Central is going to go to 10-0 as they get ready to go into the playoffs. Highly ranked. York High will drop to 6-3, 4-2 in the league. And they will head to the playoffs as well in a little different position. We're going to take a break. We'll come right back with our Capital Blue Cross post-game report, including our Hoffman Ford Player of the Game, our F&M Trust Play of the Game, all next on High School Sports Live TV on Fox 43.2.
So a while back, I thought to myself, I'm never going to own a home. I'm going to have to rent forever. I didn't have money for a down payment, I had no credit history, and I just got out of a divorce. But PHFA showed me that home ownership is possible. They offer me a low-interest mortgage and a way to manage the closing cost. To me, this is more than just my home. It's a huge accomplishment and a new chapter in my life, thanks to PHFA.
That's everything. Receipts in the bag.
Awesome. Say, how do you, budget?
Well, I have a spreadsheet that I update annually.
Okay.
And I round up on income and round down on expenses.
Well, that sounds backwards, right?
No, I'm pretty sure that's right. Income up, debt down. Looks good on paper.
Huh.
Keep your budget in shape with our personal finance tool. Have better conversations about your money with the right people at F&M Trust.
Everybody knows Hoffman has it. Did you know Hoffman has even more? There's the fully stocked Hoffman Ford Parts and Accessories Department, the Hoffman state-of-the-art collision facility, confidence in our ultra-modern service facility, peace of mind with master technicians, satisfaction with low prices.
Do I really need to say it again? Hoffman has it.
Only at Hoffman Ford, Colonial Park.
Hoffman Ford, just what you're looking for. Hoffman has it.
More choices. More laughter. More time to play. And less need to worry. At Capital Blue Cross, we're driven by a simple goal: to go the extra mile for you through all of life's ups and downs, and to always be there when you need us. Capital Blue Cross, going the extra mile for you.
In the dynamic world of construction, Groff Tractor and Equipment stands as your trusted John Deere and working dealer. With our extensive range of construction sales and rentals, we provide the equipment you need to tackle any project. But our commitment doesn't stop there. Our comprehensive parts and service departments are there to make sure your equipment is operating at its best, minimizing downtime and maximizing productivity. Our dedicated technicians ensure your equipment operates at peak performance. Our technician internship opportunities provide a pathway to a successful career. Learn from skilled professionals and grow with us. Trust, reliability, and exceptional service. That's Groff Tractor and Equipment. Stop by, give us a call, or visit our website today for more information. Groff Tractor and Equipment, your #1 source for everything under construction.
And welcome back to our Capital Blue Cross post-game report. Your final score tonight: Central 37, York High 6. Central moves to 10-0 in the season, heads into the playoff with a burst of speed. For York High, 6 points tonight. 2 straight weeks now of getting beat in single digits here, and someone posting 35 or better on the board. So the Bearcats going to lick their wounds, go back. I know Russ Stoner always is up. He's going to work on making his team better as they get ready for the playoffs with a record of 6-3. Gary Sutton, Bill Chase with you here. And Bill, final thoughts about this one tonight?
Just a tough game for York High. It's tough coming over here and playing. You're playing the defending champ multiple times, 4 years in a row now, and they're in the top 10 in the state, and deservedly so. So it's just a tough game. They have to regroup. They have a couple of weeks, I believe. I don't think the playoffs start right away for 6A next week. So probably November 11th or 12th, and give them time to recapture their breath.
Well, for our play of the game tonight, our F&M Trust play of the game, we have one of the more unusual ones I think we've ever had. And most of us haven't seen this before. But Matthew Parker with this kick, 54 yards. And you say, well, where are the players against him? In high school, you don't line up right there. He gets to kick it like a kickoff. And if you make the kickoff, essentially, you get the 3 points. Is that the best way to explain it?
Yeah, I was unsure. I knew you could do it. I just didn't know exactly how it was done. And I've been around high school football longer than most people probably are watching tonight. But I knew once Jerry had called the timeout and I saw him telling his guys to fair catch it, I knew what he wanted to do. Yeah. I just had to see it for myself because I've never seen it done in a game, actually.
I've never seen it in a game, and I think most people haven't seen it in a high school game because most people don't have that kind of weapon on their team. Matthew Parker with some great punting tonight. His worst punt was 38 yards. But really switched fields a couple times for Central when they were in a little bit of trouble. And then, of course, the field goal there. All of his extra points but one were good. Matthew Parker continues to astound as a kicker. But our player of the game tonight, our Hoffman Ford player of the game here this evening, and it's nice to be able to give it to a defensive player, and this guy was around the football all night. In fact, had an interception for a pick six. He was Tyler Fry, wearing number 11 tonight for the black and orange. And take a look at this young man. This is the biggest play for him tonight as he read that bubble screen, picked it off, and danced into the end zone happily and said, hey, I get something for my efforts here. Tyler Fry, wearing number 11 tonight for Central York High School. Take a look again. Here he is covering up the running back. He's a guy that plays with a lot of energy. And Tyler Fry, our Hoffman Ford player of the game here tonight. Well, that does it for our regular season, ladies and gentlemen. It's been an honor to bring it to you all year long. Thanks to Reagan tonight, our director. Thanks to all of our Invicta crew tonight. Mateen and all the people out here who just did a great job of setting up for us all season long. Chad Edwards, Josh Edwards, the whole crowd. We are going to be coming back one more time this season, and that will be for the District 3 6A Championship, which right now is set for the day of November 25th, which is Thanksgiving weekend. And we don't know yet what the time will be, so stay tuned for that. You can check us out at highschoolsportslivetv.com. That's hsslivetv.com. Thanks to Bill Chase tonight. Thanks to Ford Chapman. Thanks to Vinny, who's done a great job with us. Travis Sparks, our statistician, who also sat in a couple times for me this season, did a great job this year. But most importantly, thanks to all of you for watching us during the course of the season. It's an honor to bring you these games, these young men, and what they're doing during the season, and watching these coaches do such a great job as well. 37-6, your final here tonight. Central York wins the YAIAA Division I Championship, and now it's on to districts, and who knows what's going to happen after that. Thanks so much for joining us here this evening. I'm Gary Sutton. For all of our crew here, this is High School Sports Live TV. And don't forget, Fox Football Frenzy later on tonight at a special time, 11:30. Check them out this evening with Todd Sadowski and the whole crew. Until then, have a great evening, everyone. 37-6, your final. Central wins it.